And welcome back to Olpe High School, along with studio engineer Michael Norton, Justin Fluke, and Mike Tanking with you, joined tonight by the RainbowNEK Channel 68 crew, Mike Twombly and Jordan Marable. It's the Olpe Eagles 10-1 taking on the 10-1 Troy Trojans here tonight in this sub-state game, with the winner playing either Phillipsburg or El Saline in the 2A state title game at Fort Hays State University next Saturday. Let's talk about the two teams a little bit and break down tonight's matchups. Mike, of course, most of our listeners fairly familiar with Troy and their potent passing attack, with quarterback Tristan Spear having thrown for nearly 2,500 yards now on the season. The conditions, I don't think, will affect the Troy passing game tonight, and much like Troy's opponent last week in Linden, Olpe features a quarterback that likes to run it in a pretty balanced but more run-oriented offensive attack.
Yeah, that's right, Justin. Their quarterback is 170-pound senior Bo Kruger. He's a double threat option, can run the ball, can throw the ball. Kind of a lanky kid. They've got a couple running backs, not real big in stature in the backfield, Dylan Redeker and Andrew Bernheide. But the key with this Olpe team is the fact that they have 4 returning starters on their offensive line from a year ago. And, of course, the 5th starter has had a whole season under his belt as well. But 4 returning starters, lots of seniors across the board for Olpe. And so it's a very physical team that's going to come out and fight for 4 quarters. A physical football team in the elements at their place. A tall task for Troy.
Olpe the last 2 years has went 7-4 and 8-3, but lost in this round to the Centralia Wetmore Panthers. They return 8 starters on defense and 6 of them on offense. Now, speaking of defense, let's talk about Troy. Last week, pitching their 5th shutout of the season against Linden. What a tremendous effort it was, Mike. The linebackers make so many plays for this Troy defense, but they're now surrendering under 10 points per game, and maybe the biggest number for Troy, 28 takeaways. They are plus 19 in the turnover battle category here in 2014.
You know, you look at this defense, Justin, there's just not many weak spots out there, if any. And when I say that, they defend the pass well, they defend the run well, and they are relentless. They have 11 guys out there, seems like 12 guys, 11 guys out there with motors that never stop. They're always chasing down the quarterback. They're always one step for step with the wide receivers, and they don't miss tackles. And that's how you allow less than 10 points per game.
Olpe won the coin toss, deferred to the second half. Troy says we'll take the football. Derek Franken, Jay Wetstein, Tristan Spear, and Colin Jasper for the senior leaders on this Trojan team, coached by Derek Jasper and his assistant Don Cash, who spent 19 years as the head coach in Troy, had a couple of 10-win seasons, but never got here to the sub-state game in the high school football playoffs. So we'll see the Trojans on offense first, with senior quarterback Tristan Spear, senior running back Derek Franken now over 730 yards rushing, and a senior slot back fullback as well in Alex Schmeely. 3 great receivers for Troy. The seniors are Jake Ross and the leader Colin Jasper, who's near 800 yards receiving on the year, and also sophomore Cutter Huss, who's made 48 grabs for over 700 yards receiving. Up front for Troy, it's sophomore Will Smith that starts at center. Jay Wetstein's the right guard. The left guard will be Ben Wardlow, and also some of sophomore Wyatt Huss. At the tackle spots, it's senior Nathan Garter on the left and Tucker Morris on the right side. Your Troy offensive starters as we wrap up the Foster Ford pregame show and get set for kickoff on a foggy night, but about 40 degrees here in Olpe. The homestanding Eagles are in their green and gold. They look like Green Bay Packer type uniforms. They'll kick from right to left. Troy in their white unis on the road again here this week, with the blue numerals and letters trimmed in black. Troy set to return with Cutter Huss and Jake Ross back deep. The kicker for Olpe is Joe Redeker. We'll be calling his name a lot tonight, Mike. This should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really should, Justin. Can't wait for this one. An opportunity for Troy, a golden opportunity to do something that these kids can talk about for a long, long, long time.
We're set for Class 2-1A Sub-State with a fog and a mist in the air. This game is underway. The kick to the near sideline, taken inside the 10 by Huss. 15-20, near side, got a block. 25-30 and out of bounds. Into the Troy reserves as they stand just a couple feet off the field, and their fans are right directly behind them, and we are right above them, basically right on top of the Troy sideline, as their fans have gathered from 20-yard line to 20-yard line in support right behind their team. The Trojans will have the football first here at their own 29-yard line.
This is a Troy offense, Justin, that last week decided they wanted to run the football. They played a physical brand of football. They can beat you both ways. Can they find the tempo and rhythm they had a week ago?
Caleb Coble, 215 pounds, and Drew Benton, 260 pounds, are the senior down linemen for Olpe. Here's a handoff on a counter to Franken, who's hit and tackled at the line of scrimmage. Pushed backwards, Derek Franken averaging 6 yards per carry, but up to make the stop was Colton Arndt, a senior defensive end, and a sophomore Dylan Rediker, the other defensive end. The leading tackler is Joe Rediker, the kicker, a senior, 100 stops on the year, and to his left and right is senior Andrew Bernheide and Jared Mercer, a junior. Wyatt Rediker, a senior, and Dugan Herrick, a senior, are the corners, and the safeties are senior Bo Kruger and Brady Scheidegger. Scheidegger, a junior, but they're the second and third leading tacklers on this Olpe team as safeties. Here it's 2nd down and 10, and shotgun. Spear fakes the handoff, wants to pass, has time, airing it out deep, and this ball's going to be overthrown as struggling to get through the defensive back was Colin Jasper. But Tristan Spear showing us that arm of a cannon with his first pass attempt, and an incompletion will bring up 3rd down and 10.
Tristan Spear, a quarterback that will take his shots down the field. He had one-on-one coverage, pretty good coverage there in the Olpe secondary. One-on-one coverage, but overshoots his target. Watch this pretty closely. They did spread out the formation there, and Olpe is in a 4-man front. Nobody really in the box to speak of, except their leading tackler, Joe Rediker.
Troy with 4 wide receivers, trips to the near side. Franken stays in the backfield in the shotgun. Spear fakes the handoff, has time in the pocket, throws this one a little shorter on an out route, nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Reading the route was Wyatt Rediker, and the senior did make the catch for an interception. What a tremendous job. He jumped that route in front of the lone receiver, Jake Ross, over there for Troy, and it's a turnover as Olpe's got the INT at the Trojan 34-yard line.
Now it's a long throw. He was on the near hash and threw it to the far side of the field, the long side of the field, the wide side of the field, and a great job there by Wyatt Rediker. He read the quarterback's eyes and cut in front of that deep out route throw. He was able to haul it in for a big pick. Olpe with the big break early in this game.
With 11:01 to play here in the opening quarter, the Eagle offense is on the field at the Troy 34-yard line. Olpe moving right to left on your radio dial with senior quarterback Bo Kruger, third-year starter, and he wants to run up the middle, gets free, squirts down inside the 30, 25, 20, takes off, he's to the 10, 5, touchdown! Olpe takes advantage of an interception, only Troy's third one thrown all year, and on the first offensive play from scrimmage, the Eagles go with their quarterback, Bo Kruger, who takes it to the house for a touchdown run.
A statement there from Olpe, Justin, and just a humongous push up front from their offensive line. We talked about all the seniors up front that they've got, 4 seniors that all started a year ago that lead that offensive line, and that push was tremendous as Bo Kruger was 7 yards down the field with nobody touching him, busted it to the outside, took it to the distance to the house.
Extra point kick by Joe Rediker, up and good with 10:52 to play here in the first quarter. What a start for the Eagles here on home turf as they draw first blood. An interception and a 34-yard touchdown run by quarterback Bo Kruger, and Olpe leads Troy 7-0 with the kickoff coming up next. This is a 30-second timeout on FM 103.9 KNZA.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
A one-play scoring drive for Olpe. Bo Kruger, 33 yards on the touchdown run after the interception by Wyatt Rediker. The scoring drive brought to you by Wilson's Direct Motors and Tires. Find them 7 miles west of Holton on Highway 16. 110% price match guarantee. They'll show you why it's worth the drive at Wilson's Direct west of Holton. Brady Scheidegger has it teed up. Second kickoff for Olpe here in this game. End over end deep kick. This time Ross on the return. From the 5 to the 10. Near sideline at the 15. Jumps over a defender at the 20. Stays on his feet at the 25. Leans forward up to the 28-yard line. Good return by the speedster Jake Ross. But now the Troy offense, who went 3 plays and threw an interception on their third play. Only the third INT of the year for Tristan Spear, who's thrown 35 touchdown passes. A rare mistake, Mike, but in the games like this, you can't avoid too many mistakes.
That's right. They get magnified, Justin. And last week, Troy was able to find that rhythm offensively. They had Linden on their heels all night. But the first series of downs, Run for no gain, incomplete pass, interception. It's a bad combination. They've got to get the running game established to open up the pass.
7-0 Eagles, 10:43 to go. Keep it on the ground. A handoff to Schmiele, and the fullback barrels his way across the 35-yard line. He'll gain 6 there on the first down tote. Tackle made by Brady Scheidegger, the safety for the Eagles.
Right there. They spread it out. They give it to Schmiele. There's nobody in the box. There's 4 down linemen, 1 linebacker. You put a hat on a hat, you should get 4, 5, 6 yards every time.
Alex Schmiele averaging 5.3 yards per carry, nearing in on a 500-yard senior season. In the I formation, the quick pitch to Franken around the corner at the 40 and pushed out of bounds up near the 43. It's a first down before Scheidegger made the stop as Franken got to the corner. Nice seal block here on the edge by Colin Jasper, and Troy's got their initial first down of the game.
2 good play calls there, Justin, because that time Olpe loaded up the box just a little bit more, and instead of running between the tackles, they run the toss sweep. Franken gets to the outside, 8 yards, and the Trojans move the sticks.
A Troy team that is undersized. They got 3 guys at 200 pounds on the line, but facing 3 guys well over 200 on the defensive line for Olpe. 3 receivers left. Spear hands it again. Franken with room between the tackles up to the 48-yard line. He was ridden down by Drew Benton from behind, the biggest Eagle, 260-pound senior, but a nice gain. Franken picks up 5 on first down.
Couple teams that are pretty evenly matched as far as size. Not a size advantage in one way or the other. Troy feels like they should be able to run the football. Now they empty the backfield.
5 wide, 3 to the left, 2nd down and 5, and a high snap. Spear throws it on a slant, caught by Huss. Cutter, 50, 45, dives for a Trojan first down. He picks up 6 on a 2nd and 5 play. They'll have it at the Eagles' 45-yard line. Tackle by Joe Rediker, the middle linebacker for Olpe, but a nice screen pass. Troy didn't get as much as they had hoped on yards after catch on those short passes last week, Mike, but they love to throw the screens, get it to their playmakers in the open field. That time, the sophomore Cutter Huss.
And the wide receivers also do a great job blocking. Jasper and also Ross getting the blocks there.
Huss after the catch, wide by himself to the left. Here's a quick pitch to the right. Franken got a nice seal block from Ross. He's to the 40 of Olpe, stays on his feet, and bear crawls down to the 37. Tough run by Derek Franken, who had nearly 500 yards rushing last year as a junior. And now the featured back with a couple nice carries on this drive. Give him 7 there, bringing up 2nd down and 3.
And he's running hard early. He got a nice block here on the edge as well from Wettstein. 8 yards on first down. That's a good gain.
2 wide receivers, I formation. To the left is JR and CJ. Under center's Tristan Spear. He'll fake to the fullback. Now give it to him late on a read. And the carry goes inside the 35 down to the 33. Read play there for Tristan Spear, who was a bit banged up last week. And that's a gain of 4 for a first down for Troy once again. But Tristan Spear, Mike, kind of a running threat. Had a good game rushing last week. A little bit banged up tonight and may not have to use his legs or be asked to use his legs here as much.
Yeah, that's right, Justin, but I'll tell you what, that's a tough kid. He's going to say, call whatever you want, coach. You want me to run the football? I'll run the football.
State wrestling champ with 2 receivers right, gives to Franken, huge hole at the 30 down to the 28-yard line. He took a good pop there, but falls forward for extra yards at the end of the run. Joe Rediker again on the stop for the green and gold, but a gain of 6 there on that Troy carry, as they have yet to face a 3rd down play on this drive. It began at their own 28, and they've ran 7 plays already.
7 plays, chunks, positive yards on every play. A very effective drive for the Trojans so far.
2nd and 4, 3 receivers right. Franken in the backfield and gets it on a draw. No, Spear keeps it. Nice little move at the 25 and dives down to the 22. Nice little fake move there by Tristan Spear. Of course, for most area schools in the state, basketball practice now has a week under its belt, but not for these Troy Trojans, who are also favored to have a very nice hoop campaign under head coach Dallas Keller.
Right there, Tristan Spear. Maybe not the burst that he would have if he was 100%, but still so slippery, so tough to bring down. His legs are like tree trunks, and he gets a first down.
Troy moving left to right, their 2nd possession of the game, down 7-0. 7.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. The read play, and Spear kept it and then fumbled it, dives on it back at the 27. It was another read play, trying to wait to the last second there whether to hand to Alex Schmiele or keep it. And as he pulled it out of the handoff attempt to Schmiele, the ball was fumbled, but getting on it is Tristan Spear. It was about a 4-yard loss. So the first backwards play for the Trojans, who now have 2nd and 14.
Almost disaster, because after he fumbled the football, he actually slipped a little bit too, trying to get back on it. It was a Very fortunate for the Trojans that they did recover that fumble. Spear gets back on it for a loss of 5.
Only one pass play thus far, but a pass here. This is another screen caught by Colin Jasper. Slips a defender, still on his feet. Slips inside the 25 and down to the 23. Well, he gets back the yardage that was lost, but it's still going to be 3rd down and long here for the Trojans. The tackler, Dylan Rediker, for Olpe, along with Scheidigger, and it's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Colin Jasper, so difficult to tackle in the open field. It takes a group effort. He catches the ball in the flats right there, tries to make a move, but the Olpe defense does a good job of pursuing. They get green jerseys to the football and only give up a 5-yard gain to Jasper.
4-down territory for head coach Derek Jasper here, facing a 3rd and 10. Nearing the red zone at the 20-yard line of Olpe. Spear in the gun, 3 receivers left, looking that way, now looks over the middle, has a man, and it's tipped away. Great read and a break on the ball as jumping in front of the route was Colton Arndt, and able to deflect the pass intended for Jake Ross. Now it'll be 4th down for Troy here at the 21-yard line.
Pretty good coverage there in the Olpe secondary. Had a good view of that one, almost the same view Tristan Spear did as they're moving to the right side of our press box angle. Really good coverage there by Arndt on the post pattern. If he doesn't bat that down, it's probably 6.
Troy receivers trying to get open so far. It was a couple screen passes that have been the best plays through the air. Here's 4th down and 10. Spear in the gun, takes the snap, looking, has time, steps up, airs it near sideline, in the end zone, Ross open, catch, Jake Ross, touchdown, Troy Trojans. 1 point from a tie on an impressive Troy drive that goes 62 yards, 11 plays, and they score on a 4th and 10, a 21-yard touchdown pass. Jake Ross, his 9th reception of the year.
Justin, give credit to the offensive line. Tristan Spear had all day to throw the football. You just can't cover these Troy receivers that long, and Jake Ross finally busts free in the secondary near the near pylon. A perfect ball by Tristan Spear hits him right in the chest, and Troy, with an extra point here, can draw even. They're going to go for 2.
Trying to take the lead. Spear and the offense stay out on the field. They will quick pitch it to the right. Franken trying to cut back in trouble. Goes down, and Olpe will continue to lead in this game with 6 minutes and 2 seconds to play here in the first quarter. No good on the 2-point run, but Troy with an impressive drive and a nice touchdown pass to Jake Ross to pull within 1. It's 7-6. Olpe leads in this 2A sub-state contest. We're back after a 30-second timeout here on FM 103.9, KNZA, and online at mscsports.net.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Very impressive drive for Troy. 12 plays, 68 yards, and on 4th and 10, a Tristan Spear to Jake Ross. Officially 22 yards on the touchdown pass and catch. The scoring drive is brought to you by Wilson's Direct Motors and Tires, 7 miles west of Holton on Highway 16. Over 190 brands of tires to choose from at Wilson's Direct, just west of Holton. Along with the RainbowNEK Channel 68 crew, Justin Flukemike tanking back with you here at Olpe. Troy set to kick. They trail now 7-6 as Gardner sends it to the far sideline, taking on the run near the 20. This is Kruger quickly across the 30, 35, and then picking up his left or right leg and driving him to the ground. Good special teams play by Taylor Shear, a junior, showing a little excitement there after the tackle, and Troy's got an injured player down on the field back at the 42.
And the injured player is Jaron Frump. He's holding his lower leg, maybe his right leg. He took his helmet off and is in some pain. I'll tell you what, this Bo Kruger, not a big, strong kid by any means, but you can see the speed that he does possess. He showed it on the touchdown run. He showed it on the kickoff return right there.
7-6 our score here with 5:54 to play in the first quarter. Let's step away for an injury timeout. As Mike mentioned, Jaron Frump is a sophomore. He's a starting outside linebacker for this Troy Trojan team, 6th on the club in tackles, has a couple sacks this year as well, but he's down, and so we'll take an injury timeout here on KNZA and RainbowNEK Channel 68.
Hey, where you going? Can't get by me. I'm #1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm #1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Along with studio engineer Michael Norton, Justin Flug, Mike Tanking back with you, and the injury concern continues to develop here for Troy as they've motioned to bring the ambulance out on the field. The only good thing we can tell you is that it's not a head injury, able to move most of his body parts, and really you can tell in a ton of pain. Sophomore Jaron Frump down on the field for Troy in what appears to be a pretty serious leg injury.
Yeah, they've got the paramedics coming out to take a look and if we want to stabilize that leg. They've sent both teams to their sidelines, and Frump is definitely in some pain. I believe it's his right leg that is the injured leg.
Well, it wasn't a great start tonight for Troy as their third play of the game was an interception, and on Olpe's very first offensive play, they run a touchdown with quarterback Bo Rediker scrambling 33 yards up the middle and a quick 7-0 lead just a minute and 8 seconds into this game, but Troy just responded with a 12-play, 68-yard drive and a 22-yard touchdown pass from Tristan Spear to Jake Ross, but all the air and wind taken out of the sails here at the Olpe field at the moment as the main concern is Troy sophomore Jaron Frump. With I continue to check him out and get some medical personnel on the field, we'll step away for another injury timeout as you listen to Class 2A Sub-State football here on FM 103.9 KNZA.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
Too tight-headed! Yuck!
You wouldn't do it there.
Hey,
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
And welcome back to a very somber Olpe High School as they continue to deal with the injured Troy Trojan, Jaron Frump, the sophomore for Troy, injured on a kickoff play after Troy had scored to pull within 7-6. But Frump has been injured and continues to be in a lot of pain. They're trying to get him on a stretcher, and it looks like a Gator will take him off the field to an ambulance and from the field here at Olpe High School. So Jaron Frump continues to be the main concern of all in attendance, and a huge crowd here tonight. Of course, not a lot of other area games going on, and Troy brought 3 buses, including their band here to the game. Olpe has their band as well, as Frump is lifted up on the stretcher and now will be placed in the back of the Gator, and you can hear a round of applause from the fans here in attendance for Jaron Frump. Scary, scary injury, and Frump, while he was laying down the whole time, continued to kind of squeeze and pound his hands and arms into the ground. You could tell he was just in some excruciating pain and what appears to be a leg injury, but certainly something as a football team, Mike, that can be difficult to kind of overcome and find that fiery kind of football attitude that you need to try to continue a game.
Yeah, no doubt, Justin, is they're now taking him off on the Gator. You've been standing around for 10 or 15 minutes now, and you can see the Troy defense getting ready to take the field, trying to loosen up a little bit. These players have been pretty much on a knee on the sideline. Both teams. Olpe was on the far sideline on a knee. Troy over here on a knee, waiting for Frump to be able to be taken off of the field. And hey, you got to find a little bit of momentum and get yourself fired up and ready to play again, because kind of like the air being let out of a balloon when something like that happens.
Olpe's offense will have the football first down and 10 here at their own 36-yard line. And Troy will now bring into the ball game Chris Winkle to play that outside backer spot where Frump had played the first series. Of course, Olpe's only run one offensive play. It was a 33-yard touchdown. So here's their offense now. Actually, the 37-yard line is where they will start this drive, moving from right to left on your radio dial. Bo Kruger in the shotgun, has 2 receivers each way, fakes the handoff, runs on the right side, gets a nice kick-out block, and then an open field tackle by Chris Winkle. So Winkle comes in for Frump and immediately makes a play. And it was a gain for the Olpe quarterback of about 3 yards up to the 40.
It looked like it could be a lot more, Justin, but he did a great job coming up and making that tackle. Chris Winkle, a one-on-one tackle on Bo Kruger.
2 receivers again to the right. Now a slot back. Wyatt Rediker here on the left. Kruger goes under center. They swing back a man in motion, and the counter play coming back to this side. Spun around as Dylan Rediker, and the sophomore will go down after he crossed the 40 and got up to the 43. About 3 more yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4. As that tackle made by Brody Winder, the near side defensive end, staying at home, and we'll see if Troy's defense here can get off the field.
Now already you can see a more physical offensive line than what Troy saw a week ago. This is a team, you can see it early, that fires off low in Opie. They get off, pad level's great. Can they get a stop here on 3rd down?
3rd and 4 in the shotgun. Kruger throws it short, and it's tipped and then incomplete. Trying to make a diving catch was Wyatt Rediker, but even after it hit his shoe and went up in the air, he was on his back and couldn't come down with the reception. It'll be 4th down at their own 44-yard line here for the Eagles, who look like they'll have to punt it away. Dugan Herrick is their punter.
That's a great stop there for Troy. You got a deflated stadium, you come out on 3 straight plays, you stop Opie, you get the ball back after a touchdown.
Jake Ross awaiting the punt return, stands at the Troy 30. The snap and the punt is away by Herrick. And it's Ross over, but can't make the catch. Now trying to get out of the way of it as it rolls inside the 25, down clear to the 21-yard line. So Troy at their own 21. They went 12 plays, 68 yards last time they had it. And now we'll have the offense and Tristan Spear back on the field. 7-6, Opie leads, 4:37 to play here in the first.
Now Troy's offense has got to take the field with the same kind of confidence they had on the last drive. See no reason why they shouldn't. Spear was efficient. The offensive line did a wonderful job protecting him and also run blocking, and the running backs ran hard.
Jaron Frump taken off the field on a stretcher, only a defensive starter, so Troy's top 11 on the field here on offense. And Spear will give it to Franken. Runs left side behind Nathan Garter over there and gets a couple yards up to the 23. Tackle made by Dylan Rediker and Andrew Bernheide for the Eagles. Troy moving left to right. Very efficient last possession, especially on the ground. And now have 2 receivers, Ross and Jasper to the near side. Spirit goes back in shotgun. Has the snap, wants to run, eludes one defender, bounces at the 20, near sideline. And still at the 20, now floats back and throws it. He's got Ross at the 30, 35, out of bounds. 1st down, no penalty flags, and a heady play there by Tristan Spear. Not only eluding defenders and buying time, but he sold that as a run, Mike, and then wisely realized he hadn't crossed the line of scrimmage, so took a step back and floated one to Jake Ross here on the near sideline.
Well, I think he not only sold it as a run, I think he was planning to run, but the headiness of the senior quarterback, like you said, realizes hasn't passed the line of scrimmage, and hey, no offensive lineman downfield. That's something else you'll see a lot of times when the pocket collapses. They stay put, and it's a nice 16-yard passing catch.
Up to the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 for Troy. 2 to the near side, handoff up the middle. Franken met, bear hugged, and wrestled down at the 40-yard line. Maybe a gain of 1, but a strong play by Colton Arndt, the senior defensive end, one of 8 returning starters for this Olpe defense.
Franken now 7 carries, 28 yards, averaging 4 yards a carry. Pretty good start for him. Tristan Spear, 4 for 7 for 49 yards, including the touchdown pass here in the first quarter.
3:30 to go in the opening quarter. Troy down 1. Trips now go to the left side. Spear in shotgun. Franken to his left. It's 2nd down and 9 at their own 40. Olpe coming on a blitz. Spear throws it quick. It's caught, but slipping down immediately is Cutter Huss, as that ball almost intercepted. A great read again by Bo Kruger. The safety came up. Already 1 interception by Wyatt Rediker, and Kruger almost got to that when he made the tackle immediately after Cutter Huss caught the screen, and it's a loss of 2 yards on the play, back to the 38.
All right there, that's just something you see as a coach, and you call for the double move because he was coming on the first step of Tristan Spear coming up on that hitch route. That's where you go the double move, and you might be able to beat him deep.
3rd and 11 now for Troy after that loss. Receivers Ross and Jasper to the near side. Spear awaits the shotgun snap from Will Smith. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the near side, floats it for Ross on the sideline. He's got it. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Has Jasper ahead of him at the 20. Cuts back, backing his way inside the 15 and down to the 12. And Ross with a burst of speed, a great connection between the two seniors as Ross saw Spear rolling out. He took off downfield and a perfect ball lofted by Spear. The play all the way down to the 13-yard line of Olpe.
50 yards on the pass and catch. What a great throw by Tristan Spear. Had the run pass option and made that pass on the run right over the shoulder of the defender and into the hands of Ross. Ross now 3 catches, 88 yards, and the Troy Trojans are in the red zone.
Ross had one 100-yard receiving game against Inman earlier this season. That was a 3rd down and 11 conversion. Now a new set of downs at the 13 and handed off right to Schmeely. The fullback steps inside the 10. He's down to the 8. Gain of about 3. Brady Scheidegger, a junior, in on the stop after initial contact made by junior Ethan Moyer.
Love the design of that 50-yard pass and catch, Justin. They got it designed to where Jake Ross is running one-on-one, and he's got the defender behind him on the banana route. Gets downfield, and just a beautiful ball by Tristan Spear to set up this scoring opportunity.
Cutter Huss goes to the left. He's all alone with Wyatt Redeker over there. And 3 receivers come to the right. Schmeely's the inside slot. Spear's in shotgun. Franken on his right hip, and they'll give it to Franken. No, Spear keeps it, and he dives down close to the 5. They can get a first down at about the 3.5 yard line. They're 2 yards shy of that here at the 5. So it'll be 3rd down and short for Troy. 1:30 to go here in the first quarter.
4 down territory here for Troy. 3rd down and short. Got to come away with a touchdown here.
8th play of this drive for the Trojans, who just went on a 12-play, 68-yard drive a moment ago. That pulled them within 1. Now looking to take the lead as Spear goes under center. I formation, give it to the fullback. Schmeely should have a first down as he's inside the 5 to the 4. And we'll see where they mark him. About the 3.5 yard line is the first down. The officials measuring or looking, and we're going to say 4th down. He's short, no measurement. So it's 4th down and very short here now for Troy.
Now a huge play coming up. 4th down and less than a yard. Oh, they are going to go ahead and measure. I think Coach Derek Jasper said, hey, how close are we here?
Troy 1 for 4 right now on 3rd downs, but do have a 4th down conversion, which came on the touchdown pass from Spear to Jake Ross.
These officials are really hoping this is short of the first down, Justin, as they were ready to call it 4th down. I think it is short. Question is, how close are they?
We don't have a great view as down to our right, we're very close to the field.
About 1.5 feet.
Not too high up in the air. So 4th and 1.5 yards.
It's a situation where a lot of times you'll see Troy just run the quarterback sneak with Tristan Spear.
If he's going to do it, he might go behind right guard Jay Wetstein, who's an all-state blocker.
Pretty good option. Now, question is, with his bum ankle, can he get enough drive off the snap and push forward for that first down? Big play here.
Troy really hasn't been stopped on a running play behind the line of scrimmage tonight. It's 4th down and short, and they will run it with Spear right side. He's close to the end zone. The official puts his hands up, touchdown. Tristan Spear runs it in for the 10th time this season. Troy takes the lead on their second 4th down play that goes for a 6-point TD here in the first quarter.
You are in safe hands with Tristan Spear. They run a little semi-option play. Fakes the ball to the fullback, then keeps it, kind of follows him up about the 6 hole there, and then falls forward, always falling forward. Tristan Spear, 4 yards on the touchdown run, and Troy has the lead.
With 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter, they'll attempt another 2-point conversion. Last one didn't work on a run play, so now they spread the field. 5 receivers, Spear alone in the shotgun, brings Ross in motion, fakes it to him, looking on a slant. This ball for Cutter Huss is tipped away. Good coverage there by Wyatt Redeker, and Troy has the lead, but the score remains 12-7 after failing on the 2-point try for the second time tonight. Another impressive drive for the Troy Trojans, who score on 4th down and now have the lead here in Olpe in Class 2A Sub-State action. We'll return after a 30-second timeout here on KNZA and the Rainbow NEK Channel 68 Game of the Week.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't really think
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Along with studio engineer Michael Norton, Justin Fluke, Mike Tanky back with you. Olpe, Kansas, we're just south of Emporia on Highway 99. The visiting Troy Trojans in their first ever sub-state football game have now taken a 12-7 lead with a pair of an impressive long sustained drives. 12 plays, 68 yards. This last drive just went 9 plays, 79 yards. Tristan Spear sneaks it in from 3 yards out. The scoring drive brought to you by Wilson's Direct Motors and Tires, 7 miles west of Holton on Highway 16. 12-7 now the score late first quarter as Nathan Garter will re-tee this football up at the 40-yard line.
149 total yards of offense for Troy in the first quarter, Justin, and doing it both ways, passing the football, running the football. They found the tempo, the rhythm that they want. They've mixed it up, gotten everybody involved. Very impressive quarter of football here. Defense has got to continue to play well.
Here come the Trojans as Garter puts the right foot into it. A much deeper end-over-end kick. Again, Kruger takes it at the 15, 20, up the middle's got a wedge, 25, at the 30, and now 3 Trojans combine and push him backwards. Forward progress at the 30 before Reed Greaser, Alex Martinez, and Brody Winder. That's 3 underclassmen there, sophomores making the special teams tackle.
A few underclassmen getting their opportunity on the kickoff unit. Some of them, the only time they see the field, unless the game is out of hand, they get out there, give 110%, and look at that, making a tackle in a sub-state football game.
Troy's senior class, very talented, but the sophomores have high expectations as well. Olpe from their own 31, starting this drive and handing it off, and a big hit there right after Andrew Bernheide got it.
Guess who? Wettstein.
Jay Wettstein, over 100 tackles for the second year in a row. 205 pounds and packs a punch like Mike Tyson. 10 seconds left, and we may not have another play here in this first quarter. Wettstein, a man of steel as the first quarter's come to an end. Troy leading 12-7. Jake Ross waving his hands in the air, says, "Come on, Trojan fans, a 3-hour drive. Let us hear all about it as one quarter." Troy with the 5-point lead and a 1-minute timeout here on FM 103.9 KNZA.
Boom! Hey, where you going? Can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Start of the second quarter. Justin Fluke, Mike Tanky back with you. Olpe's got the football now moving left to right. The gold and green on a 2nd and 8. Quarterback keeper Kruger ankle tackled as he crossed the 35. Got to the 37. Nathan Garter makes the stop. Senior, second on this Troy team in tackles. And made the stop after a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and 4 coming up.
And Garter had a tremendous game a week ago against Linden, Justin, putting pressure on the quarterback. Linden got into passing situations they weren't comfortable with. And a big reason for that was Nathan Garter putting pressure on the quarterback.
Jaron Frump has been taken to the hospital with a leg injury. We'll continue to provide updates on what we can for the Trojan sophomores. An option play, faking the pitch, now making it, back in trouble at the 32. Great defense by Troy. Look who's out here cheering him on, Mike. It's Tristan Spear running up the sideline as Garter, Ross, the corner, also chasing was Chris Winkle, the outside linebacker, and boy, they stretched that play out to perfection. Kruger faking the pitch, then deciding he couldn't run, making the pitch, a loss of 5 on the play.
That's how you defend the option. Wettstein had the quarterback. Ross had the pitch man coming up to make a tackle from the corner position, from the safety position, corner position. And Troy is forced to punt. Great defensive stand there.
Troy forces their 2nd consecutive punt here as Olpe goes 3 and out on the 2nd straight series. Punt barely away. Line drive bounces at the 50, quickly to the Troy 40, and will then roll down and touched by Scheidegger at the 39-yard line. Pretty good field position for Troy, whose offense has looked unstoppable on the last 2 series. And Mike, After that first play of the game for Olpe that went for a touchdown, the Troy defense has held to a pair of 3 and outs.
Yeah, and only 8 total yards, too, for Olpe after that touchdown run. That's how you overcome adversity. Troy couldn't have started off any worse for them, throwing a pick on their first possession. First play from scrimmage for Olpe. They run it in for a touchdown, but ever since, all Trojans.
Yeah, they've even overcome the injury to sophomore Jaron Frump. Here's 1st and 10. Troy moving right to left. Second man through is Franken running right side. Pyle pushed forward behind Garter and up to the 42. It's a gain of about 3. Tackled by Jared Mercer of the Olpe Eagles. Wetstein and Garter leading the way on the block that time. Derek Franken only gained a couple. Troy leading 12-7 now in the second quarter.
That's where, if you're a Troy fan, coach, you hope that this team keeps the pedal to the metal. This is a very good Olpe team that's not going to go away tonight. Got to continue to put points on the scoreboard if you're the Troy offense.
Olpe giving up 14.9 points, so almost 15 points per game this season. Their interception, by the way, only their 5th of the year on defense. Here's a play-action pass. Cutter Huss making the catch, then fumbled, and it's recovered. Did Jake Ross get it? At the 47, Olpe has got the football, and a Troy fumble, their second turnover after Cutter Huss took it. He took a step and then was hit, and Joe Rediker, Johnny on the spot for the Eagles.
Ross was very close to getting back on that football after Huss fumbled it, Justin, but Rediker got onto the football. Joe Rediker, their linebacker, comes over and rips the football away. Olpe now 2-0 on the turnover battle tonight. It's not going to be a first down, but it was going to be a 3rd and short coming up for Troy. A big turnover, and Olpe with a little bit of momentum here maybe.
9:48 to go until halftime. They'll start at the Troy 47-yard line. Last time after their defense had a takeaway, they hit a home run on a quarterback keeper by Bo Kruger. Troy fans sideline trying to help him out here on the near side. Under center, man in motion. That's Wyatt Rediker to the left. Bo Kruger waiting, now taking the snap. Penalty flag and offsides as Kruger keeps it and gets inside the 45 to the 44. Tackled by Brody Winder of Troy. But this was movement in the backfield here that'll cost Olpe 5 yards.
Now, what you're going to see here, Justin, there was all kinds of movement that Olpe had right there. Lots of guys in motion that weren't supposed to be. The thing is, if they all get set, they would have been just fine. What that penalty is, the motion man going to the far side turned up field just a little bit before the snap. That's an illegal shift. Troy will take the penalty. They'll replay first down, 1st and 15.
Now back on their own side of the field at the 48, trailing by 5, 9:40 to play here in the first half. 1st and 15 from their own 48. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Bo Kruger. Troy showing a blitz. Out of the backfield goes Dylan Rediker to the left. Now the snap and the fake handoff, keeping it Kruger, tackled at the 50. Wetstein came up. Also, Brody Winder in on the Trojan tackle. A short gain. It'll be 2nd down and 13.
You get the feeling that Bo Kruger, their quarterback, Justin, is a guy that's got the speed and wants to be in space. Not real comfortable running between the tackles. This is a quarterback that looks like they can continue to put hits on him. Getting a little more timid after that long touchdown run that he had in the first quarter.
Bo Kruger's ran for 1,000 yards this season, averaging 6.5 yards per carry. Not much here tonight besides the long touchdown run. It's 2nd and 13. Kruger to pass, fakes it short, going long, far sideline, and it's incomplete. Colin Jasper had pretty good coverage. The ball intended for Brady Scheidegger, a bit overthrown. And on that far sideline, it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and long here for Olpe.
Taking a shot downfield one-on-one to their leading receiver, Brady Scheidegger, but great coverage there by Colin Jasper. Step for step, looking back to the inside. A little bit of hand fighting going on between the two of them as they battled for position. No flag. Textbook coverage, and Troy now has a 3rd down and long for their defense.
No takeaways tonight, but this Trojan D, 14 interceptions and 14 fumble recoveries on the year. 28 takeaways in this, just their 12th game. On 3rd and 13, Kruger has time, throws over the middle, too high, nearly intercepted by Cutter Huss as he overthrew Scheidegger. Mike told you he's their leading receiver, 20 grabs, 500 yards receiving on the year, but didn't have much of a chance for that one. And now a decision here from midfield. You like the field position, Mike, but on a 4th and 13, they might try to pin Troy deep.
Yeah, they're going to have to, Justin. They've got to stay a part of this football game as they're only down 5 points here. Definitely got to play the field position game this early.
Troy with fourth down scoring plays. Tristan Spear to Jake Ross, and then a Tristan Spear run. Third straight 3 and out, and another punt for Dugan Herrick, who gets a line drive away. Caught at the 25 by Ross. Broke a tackle. Got a block from Schmeely. 35 and up near the 40-yard line goes Jake Ross, who has a touchdown reception here in this game. Getting the stop by Brady Scheidegger of Olpe. And that's something to watch as well. I haven't mentioned it, Mike, but when I worked on the prep sheets and started writing notes down about the starters for Olpe, they only have 12 guys that start. So pretty much everybody stays on that field non-stop. Troy's got about 3 or 4 guys they rotate in and out offensively. Hopefully that can be an advantage in the second half.
Yeah, no doubt. And only 25 guys on that Olpe roster. That was a really short punt and only about a net difference of 12 yards, about 15 yards on the exchange as Troy gets good field position here, Justin.
From their own 39, they'll run it to Franken, following his block, stays on his feet, gets to the 45, breaks another tackle, and is near the 47. 8 tough, hard yards there for Derek Franken, who keeps the knees churning, the knees off the ground, and a big game there on first down.
7 yards, and they all came after contact. He was met at the line of scrimmage. That was all Derek Franken right there. Sets up the offense for a second down and short. This is an opportunity maybe to take a shot down the field to Colin Jasper.
Troy leading by 5, have scored on their last 2 offensive possessions. This time Franken comes in motion, fake it to him, up the middle Schmeely, first down and more, to the 50, down to the 45-yard line of the Eagles. Tackle made by Colton Arndt, but Schmeely, the nice run there off a little misdirection in the Trojan backfield. First down here for Troy with under 8 to play in the first half.
Second and short, sometimes a waist down where you take a shot downfield. Coach Derek Jasper says, we're going to continue to pound it between the tackle Schmeely with an 8-yard gain. That's 9 first downs for Troy in the first half.
2 receivers each way. Spear goes under center, Schmeely behind him. Same formation as Franken comes in motion, but now 2 penalty flags and a whistle blow the play dead, and it's a false start here against Troy. So a 5-yard penalty now on the Trojans, moving it back to midfield.
It's the Trojans' first penalty tonight.
Team that averages 425 yards of offense per game. How about this for balance, Mr. Tanking? 221 through the air, 204 on the ground.
Yep, that's right. Not one-dimensional in any way, shape, or form. Takes what the defense gives them.
Franken again comes in motion. Schmeely in the backfield. Franken going to block for Schmeely. Gets it on a pitch this time, but fighting through the Jake Ross block. Good job by Wyatt Redeker to come and bust that play. No gain as Joe Redeker came over to help, and Dylan Redeker at the end of the run by Alex Schmeely on a pitch gains nothing. It's second down and 15.
That's a wonderful play by Wyatt Redeker. He had the pick that set up the Olpe touchdown on the first drive, and this time shows his ability to make a tackle. Sheds the block of Ross one-on-one and then brings down the running back for no gain. Nice job there by Wyatt Redeker.
Second down and 15 for Troy. Spear back in the shotgun and fakes the handoff. Looking out of the backfield for Franken, underthrown, but Derek makes the catch and is tackled as he rolls inside the 45 down to the 43. It'll set up a third down and 8. Joe Redeker with another open field stop as he had Franken pretty well covered there out of the backfield. And a big third down here for the Trojans, who lead 12-7 with 6:25 to play here in the first half.
Spear with a wonderful job there of checking down to his running back. Knew when to check down, didn't have anybody open down the field. He's completed his last 6, now 8 for 11, 110 yards in the first half.
They need to get to the 35-yard line of the Eagles to keep the drive alive. 3 receivers to the right. Spear with Franken on his right hip. Tristan, 2,500 yards passing this season. Takes it, fakes the handoff, flushed backwards, now throws it leaning backwards, near sideline, a wide open receiver, but Cutter Haas goes flipping out of bounds and unable to make the catch. Ball overthrown a bit as Spear was falling backwards, but Cutter Haas had fallen about 5-6 steps behind the defender, Wyatt Redeker.
It was a more or less a double move there, Justin, as he ran the post route but then turned it into a flag route, and Spear just overthrew him a little bit, and it's going to be fourth down and 8. Probably a punting situation here for the Trojans. Although a little bit of miscommunication, we'll see.
They're just 1 for 5 now on third down plays, and they're going to line up to go for it here.
Interesting.
Coach Derek Jasper loves the way his defense has been playing with 5:53 to go, second quarter, 4th and 8. The offense on the field. Spear takes the snap. Here comes an all-out blitz. They set up the screen. Ball's caught by Franken at the 40. He needs yards. He's got it. First down and he slips an ankle tackle, carrying a defender clear down inside the 30-yard line. What a play for Derek Franken as the screen pass through a lot of traffic. That was a great catch, but an even better run as Franken caught it, needing 4 yards for the first down, but broke a tackle, carried a defender on his ankle as he skipped to the 30-yard line of Olpe.
That's Derek Jasper saying, we've got a play in our playbook we haven't used yet tonight. We know it's going to work. When do we use it? We use it on 4th and 8. A middle screen to the running back. They needed 8. They got 13. Troy moves the sticks.
Now first down at the Olpe 30, and Spear throws it on a wide receiver screen. Caught by Cutter Huss inside the 25-yard line, down to the 22. Tackle made by Colton Arndt for the Eagles, helped by Wyatt Redeker. But this Troy offense just has all kinds of momentum right now, Mike, on this third drive. They just seem to be clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, clicking, diverse, getting, again, everybody involved. 4 different guys have carried, or rather caught the football. 3 different guys have carried it. Just playing with all kinds of confidence and rhythm.
2nd and 2. Franken in motion left. Give it to Schmeely up the middle. First down. Inside the 20 he goes. Riding a defender down to the 17. As holding on from behind was Dylan Redeker, the sophomore. But a first down for the Troy Trojans once again, who on 4th down tonight, Mike, are 3 for 3 in this half.
And 11 first downs. Can they come away with points? Once again, threatening inside the red zone.
9th play of this drive. How about that? 3 consecutive 9-plus play drives. This handoff to Schmeely. No, it's kept by Spear. Gets inside the 10 and down diving at the 8. Tackle made by Bo Kruger, the safety coming up for Linden. And Spear a little gimpy again as he's helped to his feet by Colin Jasper.
And he got a first down there too, Justin, as they move the sticks, give him a gain of 11. Just a veer option play as Spear rode the running back for almost 3 or 4 steps. Wasn't sure who was going to get the football at the last moment. Spear pulls it out, gets around to the outside, 11 yards, and they're inside the 10-yard line.
4 minutes to go here in the first half. Spear changing the play here at the line as he tells his receivers 2 of them left and now relays the message to the line. Hands it off to Franken, running left, dives inside the 5, down to the 3. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go as Franken was tripped up there. Body laying on the ground, Ethan Moyer, 4th leading tackler, a middle linebacker, helped to his feet. It'll be 2nd down and Troy content to let the clock run here at 3:30. It'll be Olpe football to begin the second half.
No time to get too cute right here. I think Troy can just continue to pound it between the tackles. Justin, let these 2 running backs and Tristan Spear take it in from here, huh?
Spear goes under center on 2nd down and goal, and he keeps it after faking it to Schmeely, dives over the pile, and Tristan Spear, the former state wrestling champ, defending state wrestling champ, is into the end zone. A touchdown for the 2nd time tonight. Troy with another long drive. This one 10 plays, 61 yards after previous drives of 9 plays for 79 yards and 12 plays, 68 yards. Troy now leading 18-7.
Now that's what they were doing there, Justin. There was a delay on the call, and it was because Tristan Spear went over the pile. The line judge had to come in and ask the umpire, hey, did you see him down? Was he on top of bodies? In fact, he was. He rolled over the top of those bodies and into the end zone for a touchdown.
0 for 2 on 2-point tries. They'll try this one up the middle, and now an end around, and Franken goes in untouched. Little misdirection, and Derek Franken on an end around reverse play adds the 2-point conversion, and now Troy leads it by a score of 20-7.
A playbook with as many pages as a dictionary. Look at that.
And now a 2-score lead as Troy, since the opening early interception and touchdown run by Olpe on their first play of the game, it's been all Troy Trojans here on the road. 2A Sub-State football continues right after this on KNZA and RainbowNEK Channel 68.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
This senior-led team, coached by Derek Jasper, now leading 20-7. Troy Trojans, 3 consecutive sustained long scoring drives. They've converted a 4th down on all 3 of them. The kick by Nathan Garter to the near sideline. This is Kruger from the 15, back to the middle, 20, and now to the 30. Breaks a tackle at the 40. He's got the kicker, and he got by him at the 50. Being chased at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 84 yards on the kick return by Bo Kruger. The touchdown for Olpe on special teams gets them back in this game.
They were hanging on by their fingernails, Justin. You could just feel them like a boxer having someone on the ropes, but they come off the ropes in a big way. Bo Kruger shows off his speed, gets through the first wave, only had the kicker to beat, and once he beat the kicker, it was over. Beat the kicker at about the 50-yard line, and nobody was going to catch Bo Kruger. We've seen the speed already tonight. Saw it again right there, and Olpe right back in this football game. Big, big play.
2:52 to go in the half. Kruger a 33-yard run on Olpe's first offensive play. The quarterback now has an 84-yard kickoff return for a score. As Redeker lines up to try to add a PAT and a offsides penalty here. Encroachment against Troy. See if they accept this neutral zone infraction and move it up 1.5 yards or not before Redeker gets set to tack on 1.
Yeah, they will, as that penalty was over here on the near side. Somebody getting a little bit of a head start. I believe it was maybe Nathan Garter.
It was. He had kicked it off, and he was the last guy that had a shot at Bo Kruger. 1,000-yard rusher. Troy did very well defensively against a good running quarterback from Linden last week, as Redeker's kick is good. It is now 20-14. Olpe right back in this game. Remember, they'll get it to begin the 3rd quarter, but still 2:52 left here in the first half, and we'll return for another kickoff after this 30-second break on KNZA Hiawatha.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Justin Fluke, Mike Tanking back with you alongside Jordan Marable and Mike Twombly, the RainbowNEK Channel 68 crew here for 2A Sub-State football. You can watch the replay next week or order a DVD copy to have for years to come. RainbowTel.net, the website, RainbowNEK Channel 68 for Rainbow subscribers. 84-yard kickoff return by Bo Kruger, the Redeker kick. We got a 20-14 ball game.
Well, Troy has pretty much dominated every facet of this game except for the turnovers and the big plays.
2 big plays Olpe, 2 takeaways Olpe.
That's right.
And a deep kick by Redeker that'll sail through the end zone. Scoring drives brought to you by Wilson's Direct Motors and Tires, 7 miles west of Holton on Highway 16. Now a Cooper tire dealer. Over 190 brands of tires to choose from, 110% price match guarantee. Yeah, you can figure out why it's worth the drive to Wilson's Direct, 7 miles west of Holton. The last 3 Troy drives, 12 plays, 68 yards, 9 plays, 79 yards. The last drive, 10 plays for 61 yards. Tristan Spear has 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown here in the first half.
With timeouts in their pockets, you know Troy's going to come out and be aggressive here, Justin. They've shown they can drive the length of the football field, and they can do so rather quickly. No reason they can't put some points on the board before halftime.
Troy from their own 20-yard line. They'll run it up the middle to Schmeely, who doesn't get much this time. Only about 1 yard. Colton Arndt came in there to make the stop for the green and gold. See how aggressive Troy wants to be offensively. As Mike mentioned, they do have timeouts remaining. Their offense scoring 3 times. 2 times they didn't score. They threw an interception and then fumbled it. 2 receivers left and right. Spear throwing on another screen. This one caught by Jasper. Slips a defender at the 25 up to the 27. He's short of a first down by about 3 yards with Ethan Moyer making the tackle. Clock continues to run here at 2:10 to play in the second quarter. And a big 3rd down play coming up as Troy really doesn't want to give this football right back to Olpe. 3rd down and a long 3. Troy's not been good tonight on 3rd down, just 1 of 5. They got trips to the left. Franken in the backfield next to Tristan Spear. High snap, quick pitch near side, and there's a block. 25 now pushed out, and Franken not going to get it. He actually lost a yard or two, and Troy might have got away with the illegal block as well on that play as receivers were trying to spring.
Looked like Jake Ross was wrapping up Redeker over here on the near side, but he still strung out the play, and Opie's going to use a timeout to conserve some time, get the ball back. They want to try to put some points on the board, see if they can draw even or take the lead before half.
4th and 5. The first thing you got to worry about here is just making the special teams tackle with the dangerous Bo Kruger going to set up waiting near midfield. The timeout comes with 1:42 to go, and Opie will have a couple timeouts at their disposal. Stay tuned for the Highland Community College halftime show coming up. And at the end of our game, we'll pick a player to bank on, brought to you by the Citizen State Bank and Trust Company in Hiawatha. Kruger joined back at the 50-yard line by Brady Scheidigger. And Nathan Carter is going to need a good punt. It'll be his first punt of the contest.
Punt coverage. Give him time to kick the football and then get down there and make a tackle. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Now the ball over the head of Carter is clear back in the end zone. He has to kick it out of the back of the end zone for a safety. Yeah, if he would have picked that up, that was a heads-up play just to kick it out of the end zone. Now, why is there a flag?
Well, it's an illegal kick or an illegal bat, but it happens in the end zone, so it's going to be a safety. That's the smart play. It's an illegal play, but it happens in the end zone, so it's a safety. It's basically the most useless penalty in football. Means nothing, but it does mean 2 points because it is a safety.
And if he would have tried to pick that up and run it or throw it, Mike, then Olpe could have had the football, in the red zone and a chance to score. So you kick it out, you're going to give him the football and 2 points, but you're not going to give him a short little 10, 15-yard field and a chance to take the lead before the first half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And now they'll go ahead and kick off from their own 20-yard line. Now you got to get some kick coverage here, but yeah, that snap was way over his head. No chance to bring that one in. That was a good 8 or 9 feet over the punter's head, Justin. Smart play. Kick it out of the back of the end zone. Don't try to do too much.
Safety with 1:37 to go, and now Troy's got to worry about defending another kick, as they're going to have a free kick here from their own 20. And Olpe still may get pretty good field position here. We'll see how the Trojan coverage is as they get a lot of sophomores out there. And Nathan Carter has the option here with the free kick. It looks like he's going to punt this one instead of putting it on the tee.
Maybe a little more hang time. Some good coverage maybe.
1:37 to go here till the Highland Community College halftime show. Troy's leading now 20-16. Carter with a nice high spiraling punt. What a beauty. Chasing Kruger back. It rolls inside the 35, 30. Picked up at the 24. Near sideline. He shook a defender. Gets to the 35 and to the 36 before Troy's Connor McNorton makes the play. Another Trojan sophomore in there on special teams.
Well, we saw why he wanted to punt the football, huh?
That was a beauty.
Great hang time and out-kicked all the return men for Opie. Now you got to avoid the big play if you're Troy. Get to the halftime locker room with the lead. Been a little shaky here the last 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter, this half.
You mentioned it earlier. This is an Olpe team that, much like Troy, is not going to go away. They may be down 21 in the fourth quarter. They're going to be hitting you hard and giving it all they got. First down here in the shotgun is Kruger. He wants to run. Up the middle, has a hole. 40, 45. First down, outside at the 50. Breaks a tackle. Spun around. Finally taken down by Brody Winder. But a good run there. Gain of 14 yards. Again for the quarterback, Bo Kruger has been a playmaker here in the first half.
It's only their second first down of the first half. The other one coming on the touchdown run, Justin. And Troy had a lot of guys drop back on kind of a prevent defense look, and so they run the quarterback draw right up the middle. Nobody there. Kruger, a threat to take it deep anytime. Got 13 yards, 14 yards, and a first down.
First down here in Detroit territory at the 49, this time looking to pass. Kruger airing it out, far sideline and deep. He's got a man open, but overshot him as somehow slipping behind Colin Jasper was Wyatt Redeker, and the senior could not reel it in as the clock stops here with 57 seconds to play in the half. Troy now leading by 4.
Can't let somebody get behind you here. Right there, Redeker did slip behind the defensive back, Jasper. A little bit overthrown by the quarterback, Kruger.
A high punt snap led to 2 points for a team safety as Nathan Gardner kicked it out of the end zone, giving Olpe 2 points. Now 2nd and 10. Troy coming on a blitz. Kruger looking for some room. Bounces off a guy at the 45. Cuts back up at the 40. 35, 30. There go the wheels. One man from behind. It'll be Derek Franken chasing him down, making the tackle inside the 20-yard line. Boy, Kruger just so patient. He's bouncing off defenders, making tremendous cuts, and he's got Olpe here in the red zone with 48 seconds to go and 2 timeouts in the half.
Yeah, again, taking advantage of a Troy defense that's playing a little bit soft, but now there's no time to be soft as they're inside the red zone. They continue to bring it. Olpe's going to go ahead and take a timeout with 48 seconds left.
A little bit surprised they take that, as they have now just 1 timeout remaining. The head coach for Olpe, Chris Schmidt, in his 8th season, pretty good. 71 wins, 20 losses. It was his 2nd year that Olpe made it to the state title game, lost to Smith Center in 2008. They went 10-1 in 2009, 10-2, and beat Centralia in 2010, but lost to Colgan. They also lost to Colgan in the playoffs in 2011, and now the last 2 years they ran into Centralia in the playoffs. Of course, this year Centralia moving up to the 3A ranks. Olpe, Troy trying to seize opportunities. The Trojans lost to Centralia 50-14 back in week number 2, but they've never made it to a state football championship. They have a 4-point lead here and trying to keep that going into the half. Pretty huge, Mike, because of course Olpe going to get the football to begin the 3rd quarter as well. You give them a score here and they'll have the lead and the football.
Yeah, which is something that's hard to believe if you think about it as you look at the stats, and Troy just dominating everything as far as yardage, 225 yards to 87 yards for Olpe, but the big safety getting some yardage on this drive, the big run after the interception opened the game, and most importantly the kickoff return that really turned things around as far as momentum's concerned for Olpe.
Olpe will have 1st down and 10 here at the Troy 19-yard line. I formation, quarterback Bo Kruger under center, and false start there. A couple guys moving up front.
They got
timely penalty.
Colton Arndt, the right guard, was the one that flinched, the guilty party on that one for Olpe. As they lined up for that play, Justin, it was a tight formation, but Troy had a lot more guys in the box. As Bo Kruger still has not completed a pass.
24-yard line now where the ball is spotted. Still 48 seconds remaining first half. Troy leading 20-16. Same formation, Kruger under center with the eye. Bringing a man in motion and rolling out to the left. Looking for the tight end, Herrick, and the ball thrown, caught, breaking a tackle and diving down at the 15. Boy, Colin Jasper just barely got enough of Dugan Herrick to trip him up, and Olpe scrambling to get back on the football. Tackle short of a 1st down. It was a gain of about 12. It's 2nd and 3. 30 seconds, clock still rolling. Now down to 25. Kruger back under the center, rolls out again. Looking, now in trouble, comes back to the near side. He eludes a sack back at the 25. Still on his way, now looking, a wide open receiver. This ball's caught, and in the end zone, touchdown. It's tight end Dugan Herrick. As Kruger slammed on the brakes, rolling to his right, and threw back across his body a wide open tight end in the middle of the field. And a low catch by Dugan Herrick, who's got his 3rd touchdown reception in just 2 weeks.
Just a play by Bo Kruger that he made with his legs, Justin, keeping the play alive. Something you don't always want to do, throwing the ball back over across your body, across the middle late in the play, but he had a wide open man, almost didn't get the ball to him as he had to throw it across his body, but he was able to find his man in the end zone. Herrick with a touchdown.
Good snap, but a bad kick as Joe Rediker slipped down there. No good on the PAT, but the lead now belongs to the Eagles here at home by 2 points. It's 22-20. Olpe leads, and we'll take the timeout here. A 30-second break before the Highland Community College halftime show on KNZA and online at mscsports.net.
Hey, where are you going? Can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Well, it didn't take Olpe long at all. They score in 1 minute and 7 seconds. 5 plays, 61 yards. Bo Kruger scrambling, avoiding a sack, finding Dugan Herrick in the end zone on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Olpe's got a 22-20 lead over Troy, despite missing the kick. And now they get set to tee it off with just 14 seconds remaining here in the first half. Squib kick over the middle of the field, picked up by Jake Ross at the 20. Heading to the far sideline, Ross looking for blocks. Cuts it at the 25, and he'll be tackled short of the 30. And just 7 seconds remaining. Well, we know Tristan Spear can throw it a ways downfield. Let's see if he takes one shot here on the final play of the half. I don't know if Troy's going to take the chance or not. As Spear a little bit slow getting to the huddle. Has been doing a lot of stretching, not playing much defense here tonight, kind of hobbling with that leg injury suffered again last week.
Justin, correct me if I'm wrong, but Olpe has scored 15 points in about, 2 minutes and 39 seconds of clock time. Kickoff return for a touchdown, a safety, and then a very quick scoring drive right there.
Yeah, Troy led 20-7 about 2 minutes ago of football time, and Spear takes a knee, and that'll be it. Olpe will get the football to begin the third quarter. They lead at 22-20 with that blitz that Mike mentioned. A nice little barrage to end the first half, and it's the Eagles that head into the locker room with Uncle Momentum on their side. Our halftime show brought to you by Highland Community College. It starts after this on FM 103.9, KNZA, and Rainbow NEK Channel 68.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
Along with studio engineer Michael Norton and the Rainbow NEK Channel 68 crew, Jordan Marable and Mike Twombly. I'm Justin Fluke, joined by Mike Tanky. 22-20, Olpe leading Troy. So we get set to begin the third quarter. First, though, Mike, let's check some other scores. Most importantly, the other 2A sub-state game tonight, and a pretty good one there between Phillipsburg and El Saline.
Yeah, absolutely, Justin. The winner of this game obviously going to face that winner in Hayes next weekend, and Phillipsburg is leading El Saline 15-8. That's in the third quarter. Other scores around the state. One Class 3A game going on is Rossville leading Silver Lake 14-7 at halftime. Halstead will host Scott City tomorrow. That game will be moved to Saturday. Other games around the area, or around the state rather. Andale beat Holcomb 57-13. Columbus leading Santa Fe Trail 22-6. In Class 4A Division 1, Miege all over Piper 48-0, and Topeka Hayden 28-6 over Buhler. Both those are halftime scores.
Troy will kick it off here to begin the third quarter, and the dangerous Bo Kruger is back deep, along with Brady Scheidigger. We'll see if Troy can kick it away from Bo Kruger. He's got a long touchdown run and a kickoff return for a touchdown already. This ball shanked off the foot of Garter, touched by Olpe, free at the 40-yard line, picked up, clear back inside the 30, and the tackle will be made at the 30-yard line. So a good kick there by Troy. They keep it out of the hands of Bo Kruger and get pretty good coverage as Reed Greaser and Taylor Shear were downfield on the stop.
All right, keys to the second half, Justin, start right here on this drive. Olpe going to get the first possession of the second half. Troy needs a stop. If they can get a stop right here, get their offense back on the field, settle down, just like they did after things went awry to start this football game, they're going to be just fine. Starts right here on this drive.
Olpe in their green and gold, moving left to right here in the third quarter. Very little wind, lots of fog, a little bit of chill, but mainly dry. Two receivers left and right. Kruger under the center. That's Caleb Coble, and he hands it off to Rediker, who gets a couple tough yards up to the 34. That's Dylan Rediker, the sophomore, who didn't carry much in the first half. And Olpe with a lead. They took an early 7-0 advantage, fell behind 20-7, and now lead 22-20. Some big momentum changes in the first half. Troy will be the second half playing without Jaron Frump. They're starting outside linebacker, again taken off the field in a stretcher. We wish him well. No updates from the hospital, but we know he was taken to the hospital with a leg injury. And Chris Winkle has filled in pretty well. Here's 2nd and 6, and Kruger hands it off. It's again Redeker. Took a big shot at the 35 by Jay Wetstein, and Nathan Gardner finishes off the tackle at the 36. That's a shorter gain, about 2, maybe 3, and a 3rd down and 4 coming up here for the Eagles.
Yeah, big play coming up, and a couple big hits there by the seniors Gardner and Wetstein. Looked like there might be a hole there, but it closed so fast. Troy with a big stick there on 2nd down, 3rd down coming up. This is the get off the field down.
Olpe 0 for 3 on 3rd downs. Troy was 1 for 5 in the first half on 3rd downs, but Troy converted 3 times on 4th down. Here it's 3rd and long, and a run for the quarterback. Kruger broke a tackle and held onto by an ankle. He's able to stretch up across the 40 to the 41 and has a 1st down by 1 yard. Schmeely was holding on to him, but the quarterback able to convert there as Bo Kruger keeps the Olpe offense on the field.
First down for the Eagles.
Just got an update on Jaron Frump, Justin. They said he has a compound fracture in his left leg, so pretty serious leg injury for that young man. Our thoughts and prayers will be with him.
No doubt. 1st down here for Olpe at their own 41. Troy man down, trying to man up here. Needs some big plays. Olpe has had the big plays in this game. Gardner showing a blitz. Here's a handoff. Redeker tackled in the backfield. 1 yard loss back at the 40-yard line. That time it was Will Smith, sophomore for Troy on the defensive line, making the play.
That's a big play, Will Smith. Haven't called his name a whole lot on that defensive line. Need the defensive line to come up big here in the second half, as Olpe's offensive line is pretty tough. They've created some running lanes for Bo Kruger in the first half, but right there, Will Smith wins the one-on-one battle and makes the tackle for a loss.
Smith and Tucker Morris on that D-line for Troy, not using much of Tristan Spear on defense tonight. 2nd and 12, Kruger to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. He underthrew Brady Scheidigger that time, who had some position in front of Colin Jasper, but could not make the catch. And now it'll be 3rd and long here for Olpe.
Bo Kruger was very inaccurate for most of that first half, Justin, but came up with 2 huge completions on the scoring drive. And right there, not a good pass from him. It looked like the ball might have even slipped out of his hands or maybe tipped at the line of scrimmage. It fell well short of his intended target on the post route.
9:33 left here in the 3rd quarter. Olpe by 2, 3rd down and 12 at their own 40-yard line. First possession of this second half. 3 receivers come to the near side of the field for the Eagles. Kruger in shotgun, converted a 3rd and 4 earlier. Now on 3rd and 12, stands, look out, pocket collapsing. Hit as he throws, and it's a wobble and duck to the near side and incomplete. Will Smith gets pressure on the quarterback again. What a couple of great plays, one on the run and one on the pass, as Smith was hitting Kruger as he went to deliver that ball.
Now Justin, Troy brought the blitz, but it wasn't the blitz that got to him. It was once again Will Smith winning the one-on-one battle. A great series of downs right there for Will Smith. Gets a tackle for loss, hits the quarterback and knocks the ball free as it flutters incomplete, and Troy's going to get the football back. They get the stop they needed to start the second half.
Brady Scheidigger will punt it. Troy's got Jake Ross standing at his own 35, not anticipating a very far punt. It's only about 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. Punt is barely away, and it's a good one, way over the head of Jay Ross by about 15 yards. Now takes a Troy roll after it hit the 20, comes back up to about the 22-yard line. Lots of fog, lots of fans, and what's kind of unique here about Olpe, we told you our press box kind of right above and over the Troy sideline and right very close to the field, but not too high up. There are cars lined from sideline to sideline in the back of both end zones. So a lot of people here around Olpe get to sit in their car and watch the football tonight.
We're in center field of a baseball field. Basically, these guys playing from foul pole to foul pole. We're in dead center field of this football field / baseball field.
Troy going to start at their own 24, and they'll pitch it out to Franken, right side. He's to the 25 and maybe the 26 or 7. Not a whole lot there. The safety, Bo Kruger, up to make the stop. Dylan Redeker, the sophomore, chasing as well. And Troy's certainly not going to abandon the running game, Mike. That was very good and kept the offense balanced, kept Olpe guessing in the first half.
Yeah, pretty quick developing play there, but good pursuit by this Olpe defense.
Pretty good field position to start the drive after that punt as well. They gave him about 4 yards on that Troy bounce there after that punt before Olpe touched it. And now at their own 26-yard line, Spear wants to pass. Looking, throws over the middle, deep for Colin Jasper, goes up and can't quite come down with it. at the 40-yard line. Don Cash, the Troy assistant, clenches his fist. He saw 6 points there, and Jasper taking it to the end zone. It was a great throw by Tristan Spear, and Colin will tell you that's one that he'd like to have back.
Yeah, just a drop right there. He had his man beat, and he leaped to try to catch the ball, and it went off of his hands, then off his shoulder pad, and fell incomplete. A ball that if he can catch in stride, as you said, he's going to run to the end zone for a touchdown. A good pass by Spear, just a drop by Colin Jasper. You don't see that very often from him.
Spears completed 66% of his passes on the season. Colin Jasper quiet tonight after the big game against Linden in a 23-0 victory last Friday. Switching out footballs here as Troy's got a 3rd down and 7 at their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, that was another deep ball by Tristan Spear. We know what kind of arm he has. That ball traveled about 40 yards in the air downfield.
You knew it was going to be good when he started the season with a 300-yard passing game in Week 1 against Washington County. He needs at least 7 yards right here. Spear takes the snap, looking out of the backfield, fakes it now, throws it. Not a good pass. Franken caught it, but back at the 20, it's going to be a loss of about 6 yards. As Joe Rediker read the screen, good defense by Olpe. Spear faked about 2 different options there and had to settle for Franken out of the backfield. The play goes for minus 5 yards.
We saw that screen pass a couple times last week. Franken had some nice gains against Linden. This is where the motion and action goes to the far side of the field. They fake it that way and pump fake it that way, then bring it back over here to Franken. But Olpe saw that play on film, I'm sure. They were ready for it.
Nathan Garter will punt it, and a good one end over end. Bounces at midfield, takes a Troy roll. It's touched by Scheidegger. It's loose at the 45, and he gets back on it. Avoiding disaster, Brady Scheidegger able to cover that football up at the 47-yard line as Garter almost outkicked the coverage there. Troy didn't have any guys downfield quick enough. The kick was kind of line drive and end over end. Scheidegger tried to take it on a hop, something very difficult to do, and I think we have a flag down at the end of this play maybe as well.
That might be a beanbag, Justin, to mark the spot of where the touching occurred.
It's a huge beanbag about the size of a bag of flour. I mean, if I can see that through the fog from 40 yards away, it's not a...
It's a towel. Okay, there we go. It's a towel.
They had a towel out there on the field to get the football cleaned off.
There you go. There you go. Pretty good field position here for Olpe as they exchange punts with Troy. Troy unable to get any first down movement. Defense has got to come up big again.
Olpe from their own 46, leading by 2 points. 7:53 to play, third quarter. Trips right. Kruger to pass. Blitz coming. Throws it behind the receiver at the 50-yard line. That ball intended for Dylan Rediker.
Schmiele came untouched from the linebacker position. Justin almost batted that football down, jumping in the face of Kruger. Made him throw the football just a tick sooner than he wanted to. As a result, it fell incomplete. Troy doing a good job mixing up the blitzes, trying to confuse the quarterback.
Don Cash calling the defense. 117 wins in his illustrious Troy coaching career. Now at the field named after him at Troy High School. Trojans getting pretty unlucky in the playoffs. Only one playoff game at home. That was the first round. Now on the road here 2 weeks in a row. 2nd and 10. Olpe reverse play coming near side and up to make the stop. Great play there by the Troy junior Chris Winkle. Says, I got your back, Jaron Frump.
How big has he been coming in out of the bullpen? Good job by Nathan Garter to string out that play as well, but Chris Winkle comes up, not fooled by the reverse. A tackle for loss by Winkle.
Rediker goes down for a 2-yard loss back at the 44-yard line where it'll be 3rd and long here for Olpe. 7:20 to go. Clock moving, third quarter. 22-20, Olpe leads. Troy's defense trying to force a 3-and-out, something they did 3 times in the first half. Twin receivers each way. To snap it is Caleb Coble, and Rediker now looking, Kruger throws this one deep. He's got a man, it's caught in stride. 20, and tackled at about the 15. Touchdown saving stop by Derek Franken, as somehow behind Franken and the Troy defense slipped Wyatt Rediker, the senior slot back for Olpe, in a huge play to convert on 3rd down and 11.
Just a back-breaking throw and catch right there. Give him 36 plus about 40 yards. Yeah, 40 yards on that passing catch, Justin. A clutch performance on that play by Bo Kruger. Perfect ball right in the breadbasket. Redeker.
Olpe in the red zone, leading 22-20. They'll hand it off. No, quarterback keeper trying to bounce it outside. Kruger left, and he's strung to the sideline. Ridden out of bounds by Alex Schmeely. Also Colin Jasper, the corner, over on that side, and Wettstein was in pursuit. Kruger pushed to the sideline after no gain. It's 2nd and 10 here at the Troy 17-yard line.
And Olpe with really no threat as far as a field goal kicker is concerned, Justin. So this is 4-down territory down here no matter what. Troy's got to come up with a big play.
Kruger really hasn't impressed much with his passing game, but the few completions that he has have just been huge plays.
Well timed.
Threw the touchdown pass there with 14 seconds left in the first half to give Olpe the 22-20 lead at the break. 2nd down and 10 now. Eagles run it right up the middle as Kruger sneaks behind Caleb Coble. He's one of 4 senior returning starters on that O-line for the Eagles. Gain of a couple for the quarterback.
Now Troy will take that right there as it's not a shotgun snap, just a simple quarterback sneak from under center, and he falls forward for 2 yards, so sets up a 3rd down and 8. Troy will take that.
Probably 4-down territory. Substitution on the defensive line. Tucker Morris comes out. Tristan Spear comes in here on a 3rd and 8. We'll see if he can get after the quarterback.
Hasn't played. I don't know if this might be his first down of defense tonight.
He's got 4 sacks, played great, 6 tackles last week, and Kruger to pass. This one thrown low inside the 10. They're going to say incomplete. Ross claiming he had an interception, but the ball hit the ground. The target was Dugan Herrick, who has a touchdown catch. Jake Ross had good coverage, and that ball by Kruger was underthrown.
Spear with the pass rush, got his hands up. Might have got a hand on that ball as it fell short of intended receiver. Ross, like you said, thought he had it. Really close right there. I'd like to see an instant replay of that one, huh? But as it stands, it's a 4th down play coming up for Troy.
Troy has no takeaways tonight. 28 on the season, but no takeaways. And a big play here for the Trojan D, a 4th and 8 at the 15-yard line for Olpe.
No takeaways, but they'd settle for a 5-yard gain for Olpe here. They'd get the ball back on downs if they can get a stop.
Olpe in shotgun. It's Kruger looking to pass. Here comes some pressure. Throws it to the end zone. This ball caught at the 5, and it's going to be a 1st down and goal to go on a completion. The tackle made at the 2-yard line as Wyatt Redeker. Oh, now they say, is there a penalty flag?
Yeah, there's going to be a penalty flag that came in late. I think it was late. It came in from the umpire. Let's see what the signal is. I didn't see when this one was thrown.
It's against Olpe.
Okay,
so they're going to get 4th down again.
It came in during the play, Justin. I didn't see that flag during the play, but it's going to be a hold against Olpe. This is coming back. They'll replay 4th down. How about that?
Blame it on the fog. It would have been a 1st and goal at about the 3, and instead it's 4th down and 21 here for Olpe. They've got the football now at the Trojan 27-yard line.
Definitely 4-down territory. That was almost another clutch completion by Bo Kruger.
Olpe's not converted on 4th down here in this game. To the left goes Brady Scheidegger, their top target.
Get some pressure in his face.
Moyer to the near side along with Dugan Herrick. Kruger to pass. Here comes pressure. Being chased by Wettstein. In trouble again at the 35. Eludes one defender. And now tackled. The ball came out. And it's 4th down. It'll be Troy ball anyway, no matter who recovered it. That was 4th down, so Troy's going to take over wherever the ball is recovered. And the Trojans actually got on it. Now we have an injured player down for both clubs. Looks like some cramping in the right leg of Joe Redeker, the star linebacker for Olpe.
Might be, Justin. I'll tell you what. He's limping a little bit. Jake Ross, and he went head first into that pile for the football. I think Ross came away with it. We'll go ahead and credit them with a fumble recovery on that, but it doesn't really matter. Like you said, Troy's going to get the football back. They get the stop they needed.
5:36 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Troy's 2nd possession of the half, beginning at their own 25-yard line. Troy in the road, White's moving right to left. Tristan Spear under center, fakes to the fullback, now gives it, and Schmeely gets through the hole. 30 outside at the 40. He's got blockers ahead. He has stiff arms at the 50, and will be written down at the 46. Great tackle by Brady Scheidegger. Alex Schmeely with a 29-yard run, Troy's longest rushing play of the night.
There's some momentum. Troy has had very little of that since they gave up the lead, Justin. Now they've got a 1st down. They move the sticks for the first time in what seems like forever. They're into Olpe territory. They do it on the ground on the legs of Alex Schmeely.
The senior having a nice night here. It's first down and 10. Olpe's 46-yard line. Spear will take the snap from Will Smith. He's got an eye behind him. Schmeely and Derek Franken dots it. Two receivers right. Handoff left. Franken, he's tripped up as he got to the 45. Redeker might have had an arm in there. Looked like Franken had a hole. But Redeker got an arm and also some help by Caleb Coble on the stop after a short gain of just 2. Second down, Troy trailing by a pair of points with 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Colin Jasper, has he got a completion catch yet tonight?
Two catches for 10 yards, both 5-yard on wide receiver screens.
Needed
5-yard
a
receptions.
big play though. Ross has one big reception. He's blockers. It's pitched to Franken on an option at the 40-yard line of Olpe, goes down to the 38. It'll set up a third down and 2. That tackle by Bo Kruger.
Nice veer option play there as Tristan Spear puts the ball in the gut of his fullback Schmeely, pulls it out, and then pitches the ball at the perfect time to Franken, who got 6 yards.
22-20, Olpe with the lead. Troy brings the two receivers to the left side this time. The I formation behind Spear, who again goes under center. Give to the fullback, Spear, trying to read it there, and a first down as they gain 3 yards. I don't know, Schmeely and Spear both kind of went tumbling. I guess Tristan kept the football there. Both of them kind of were toying with it and trying to hold on to it.
Running the veer option this time, basically just following his fullback up into the hole, Justin, and good job, got 4 yards. I'm with you, I couldn't tell who had it. They might have both had it.
I think it was Spear that kept it. It's a great play because you read the defense, but man, sometimes can set up disaster as well.
You've got to have a quarterback that can run it, and they do.
Spear and flips it here on a little play inside run to Alex Schmeely. It almost looked like a shovel pass. Kind of flipped it to him coming back inside for a gain of about 4.
Kind of an inside handoff there. Good gain on first down for the Trojans.
Schmeely again as Cutter Huss goes out. And Chris Winkle will run the play into the Trojan huddle. Down to 3:10 to go. Nobody scored here in the third quarter. Olpe still up 2. Second down and 6, Troy on the move at the 29-yard line of Olpe. Receivers Ross and Jasper to the left. Spear, quick pitch left with a lot of blockers. Wetzstein pulled, and he's at the 30 but slipped down. Derek Franken gets hit at the line of scrimmage there by Wyatt Redeker after he lost his traction in the backfield. And it's going to be third down and a long 5, almost 6 here for the Trojans, who converted a 3rd and 3 earlier but have not been good, making just 2 of 8 conversions on third down tonight.
Now, key here, they got to get positive yards so they can go for it on fourth down if they need to. Jake Ross, probably fortunate he didn't get called for a hold. He's had a couple of times tonight where he's been locked up with the corner. No flag from the official.
Same formation out of the eye. Spear under center, fakes it to Schmeely, wants to run, gets a couple yards. He's going to be short of a first down, but pedals to the 26-yard line of Olpe, where it's going to be fourth down and a short 3.
They've been good on fourth down, right?
Yep, 3 for 3.
I think this is 4-down territory. The offense staying on the field. See what they go to here.
Troy has given up a team safety after a botched punt snap. They've also failed on a pair of 2-point conversions. A lot of 2-point swings there. They trail by 2. Here's a big fourth down and about 2.5. Spear has trips to the right. Cutter Huss left. Franken in the backfield. It's fourth down. Spear gives the handoff. No, fakes it. He got through. First down. Nice shake. He's to the 20, 15-yard line. Tristan Spear puts the team on his back again, and the state wrestling champ converts on fourth down. Troy's 4 for 4 on fourth down plays here in this game, and in the red zone, down by 2 late third quarter.
Give him a gain of 11. Colton Arndt had him at the line of scrimmage, and he busted free from that one-arm tackle. An 11-yard gain, and Tristan Spear moves the sticks for Troy.
9th play of the drive, and Troy's in the red zone. Back to the eye and give it to Franken. Straight up the gut. He's down to the 10 and bullies his way for another yard after that. Jared Mercer making the stop for Olpe, but a gain of 6 there for Franken, running between the tackles. We mentioned it, Troy, not as many guys that play both ways. see if they have a little bit more gas left in the tank as we go under a minute to play here in the third quarter.
They have not attempted a pass on this drive, Justin. Everything running the football.
Second down and a short 4. Spear will hand it left. Franken hitting the backfield and fighting, but gets pushed backwards. Forward progress may even still be a yard short of the line of scrimmage. They mark him down at the 10, and it is a yard backwards. It's going to be third down here and about 4 for Troy, who trails by 2.
You get the feeling that maybe Troy will have to go to the air to punch it in, as Olpe's defense standing tall on that play. Again, 4-down territory here, so third down and 4, no big deal.
2 receivers, and now Schmeely joins Ross and Jasper to the right, and Spear drops back in the gun. Franken on his right hip on third down and 4. Spear wants to keep it right side. He's to the 10, to the 5, and he's got a first down. It'll set up first down and goal. Spear tackled at about the 4. Tackled by Jared Mercer. And also in there was Caleb Coble. But Troy converts on a third down there. It's first and goal here at the 4.
Tristan Spear not looking like his normal self. Hobbled a little bit by the ankle. But I'm telling you what, the kid just knows how to get forward and gain yards. He's not the fastest kid on the field, but he might be the toughest. Got 6 yards there, a first down. They've got goal to go. See if they can get it in the fourth quarter. That's the end of the third.
Yep, a scoreless third quarter. Olpe continues to lead 22-20, but Troy's got a first and goal at the 4. When we come back, this is a 1-minute timeout. This is 2A Sub-State football on FM 103.9 KNZA.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Along with the RainbowNEK Channel 68 crew, Jordan Marable and Mike Twombly, I'm Justin Fluke, joined by Mike Tanking. 22-20, Olpe still leading Troy. First play of the fourth quarter. Coming up here, Trojans got it. It's first down and goal to go. Ball at the 4-yard line, 2 receivers left. Tristan Spear under center, Will Smith. I formation, he gives to the fullback. No, he keeps it on a read play, and they dive down to about the 2. It'll be second down and goal. This is a drive now more than 12 plays for Troy. It's the 4th time in this game they've had a drive more than 10 plays, and they've scored touchdowns on the other 3 possessions. Looking to punch this one in now at the 2-yard line. It's second down and goal to go.
Don't need much, just got to take care of the football. Offensive line, do what they've been doing this whole drive and really all night. Get a good push up front.
Spear tapping his right guard, Jay Wetstein, and the left guard as well. The handoff, and this time met at the line and pushed backwards a yard. Nothing there on the give. It'll be third down and goal to go. See, they mark him at about the 4-yard line. That's Alex Schmeely. It took a big hit there from Drew Benton, the big 260-pound down lineman, won a battle there in the trenches.
Yeah, one is one-on-one battle. He saw big 65, their biggest down lineman at 260 pounds, and comes through and meets Schmeely right in the hole for a loss of a yard.
14th play of the drive. It's third down, goal to go from the 4. Troy trailing by a couple. Tristan Spear checking his wrist. He's going to change the play here at the line. Tells everybody the new call. 10:40 to go in the game. Hands it left. Franken trying to bounce it outside. Goes in! He stepped over a defender. He steps into the end zone. Derek Franken, touchdown run, putting Troy back on top on what was a magical 14-play, 75-yard drive.
Calm, cool, collected. Tristan Spear looked like he changed the play at the line of scrimmage, read the defense, and Franken been running the ball hard all night. His 18th carry, 58 yards, none bigger than the 4 yards that he just got right there. Troy takes the lead in the fourth quarter.
Just the second play of the fourth quarter. 10:36 left to go now in the game, and the Trojans, leading by 4, will try to stretch it to a full touchdown advantage. 2 receivers left and a tight end. Out of the eye, quick pitch left, now a reverse play to Ross. Jake now throws it, and it's caught by Tristan Spear. Unbelievable on the 2-point conversion. The reverse pass. Jake Ross to the quarterback Tristan Spear. Tack on 2 as Derek Jasper unloads the playbook. And his Trojans lead 28-22 here in the fourth quarter.
He heard me. A playbook with as many plays and as many pages as a dictionary. Try 2 dictionaries. The reverse on a 2-point conversion in the first half, a reverse pass for a 2-point conversion in the second half. Troy with all the momentum right now.
28-22 and a Trojan kickoff. When we come back, the winner goes to the state football championship game here on KNZA.
Boo! Hey, where you going? Can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Justin Fluke-Mike tanking back with you here at Olpe High School. 28-22, Troy Trojans with the lead. Had a 20-7 lead, though, that vanished in the first half. Nathan Garter gets set to kick. A dangerous Kruger awaits. A line drive kick, and Troy's offsides. A bit too early downfield, and it's an interesting formation that Troy uses, kind of in a bunch in the middle of the field. And as a couple of the guys kind of split out, they all turn and run forward at the same time when Garter puts the boot into it.
They hide the kicker. The kicker's lined up behind that covey of quail, I guess you could call it.
It's hunting season.
New rule this year in high school football is that the kick coverage team cannot line up more than 5 yards behind the free kick line. The kicker can, but none of the other 10 can, so they're all within 5 yards of the football.
A lot of sophomores out there on another special teams play. Special teams have been in favor of Olpe so far tonight. Line drive kick to the near sideline, going to go out of bounds at the 20. So another penalty here as Garter looks up into the air and says, gosh, am I going to have to do this again?
Yeah, I think they're going to probably take the football at the 40-yard. Well, we'll see. They'll get the football at the 40-yard line because they moved him back 5 yards, so not the 35 if they want to accept that penalty, or they could move him back 5 more.
Yeah, I think Olpe's saying kick it to us again. They already have the 84-yard kick return for a touchdown by Bo Kruger, and Troy obviously is trying to keep it out of his hands.
Yeah, they're going to put it at the 40. Oh, yep. Official is signaling first down right there at the 40-yard line, so Olpe's got good field position here to start their drive.
Well, they trail, and there's 10:36 left to go here in this contest. We'll get you a Phillipsburg El Saline scoring update in a moment as well. Olpe going right to left through the remainder of this game. Troy's defense back out there on the field.
Hear that Troy crowd? Getting into it a little bit.
Loud and proud they're here tonight. Here's a quick pitch. Now a reverse play. The end around going right side. Scheidigger slips a tackle 40 to the 50. He shows speed. And a first down in Troy territory at the 45 down to the 42. And this tackle made by Colin Jasper and Alex Schmeely. Cutter Huss. But Olpe says we got a few things left in our bag of tricks as well. And the Eagles also now have an injured player down back at the 34. This is a lineman. I think it is Drew. Is it Rediker? Yeah, that's Rediker.
Oh, my.
Left guard, all-stater, senior.
Their best lineman, middle linebacker. Watch that. He's not putting much weight at all on his
left leg.
It was a pretty well-designed reverse that Olpe just ran right there. Justin took a little bit of time to develop, but the blocks were there once they got to the far side of the field. Troy's probably fortunate it didn't go for more than the 17 yards they got.
Troy goes to a bigger defense here as they bring Cutter Huss out, and Luke Smith is in. Great to see Luke out there. Luke was injured, missed a lot of this season with his leg injury, the junior. Also Wyatt Huss, a sophomore, battling back from a knee injury.
The new lineman in the game for Olpe is the one with the clean pants.
It's first down and 10. Olpe at the Trojan 42. Still with quarterback Bo Kruger in the gun. He runs it to the near side. He's tackled in the backfield. What a play by senior Nathan Garter. It's a 6-yard loss as Kruger never felt it or saw it, and Garter blitzing from the backside caught Kruger for a 6-yard loss.
That's not supposed to happen if you're Olpe. You don't need to guard to block the defensive end from the weak side. He should not be able to run that play down, but Nathan Garter did. He ran down the fastest guy on the football field, and Bo Kruger a 5-yard loss on first down.
Nathan Gardner, one of our linemen of the game last week, sponsored by the Denison State Bank, online at dsbks.com. We'll pick one at the end of this game as well. 2nd and 15. Kruger wants to pass, airs it out deep. It's got a man, but it's tipped and then caught off a deflection by Colin Jasper. A lucky catch by Brady Scheidegger of Olpe down to the Trojan 24. It's a first down, and Jasper was so close to an INT.
Can't believe he didn't catch that football, Justin, and neither can he. It was an interception. The ball was fluttering. It was not a well-thrown football from Kruger, but off his fingertips and into the hands of his receiver. A 23-yard gain and a first down for Olpe. Oh, my.
They catch a huge break. 9 minutes to go. Olpe driving. They trail 28-22. Receiver to the right in Ethan Moyer. I think Redeker's back out there at the guard spot. Kruger under the center, and they run the option. He turns it up at the 20 and down to the 18. Alex Schmeely holding on for dear life, makes the play for the Trojan defense that now again has their backs to the wall. Gain of 4 there on the carry for Bo Kruger.
This Olpe team so tough, just will not go away. Didn't expect him to.
Kruger 89 yards rushing now on the night. That is a game high. 2nd down and 6. Wyatt Redeker to the right side, a receiver left, and Brady Scheidegger. High formation, Bo Kruger. Under center, 8:15 to go in the game. Troy up 6. Kruger hands it off. No, keeps it. He fakes the handoff. He's got a hole at 15 and down to the 12. Still churning those legs.
Strip the football.
Troy trying to rip it out of there, but they finally blow whistles as Kruger was moving the pile there and had an ankle tackler, Brody Winder, trying to keep him from going forward. Also Tucker Morrison on the play. Here comes Tristan Spear and Cutter Huss joining the Trojan defense. It is first down. They call it 1st and 10, but this is 1st and goal, Mike. It's like 2 inches short of the end zone.
Yeah,
just outside the 10-yard line.
Not quite touching the 10-yard line, so they get a first down, but yeah, it's 1st and goal for all intents and purposes.
Quick little 5-play drive. This is the 6th play for Olpe, and they hand it as Dylan Redeker jumps over a defender back to the middle, gets to the 8-yard line before Alex Schmeely makes another stop. Alex 2nd on this Trojan team in tackles. Couple interceptions this year, and boy, could Troy use a takeaway here. 2nd and 6 from the 6. Clock still rolling, 7:20 to go. Troy leading by 6. Olpe taking their time. Not many possessions here in the second half. In fact, this is the 3rd possession for Olpe, and Troy's only touched it twice this half. Kruger under center. Wants to run, student body right. He's got blockers at the 10, now wants to change field position. He's hit, stays on his feet, and tackled at the 6. That's the original line of scrimmage. Alex Schmeely, Tristan Spear, Jay Wetstein all chasing. Probably not the right decision there by Kruger to stop and try to head back the opposite way.
Well, you know why he did, Justin, is because Nathan Gardner strung out that play. If you're going to run a student body to one side, you might pick the side opposite Nathan Gardner. He's taken on 2 or 3 blockers, stringing that play out until pursuit comes. He didn't make the tackle, didn't need to. He did his job. Only a gain of 1 there for Kruger.
4-down territory, 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Ball just outside the 5-yard line, and now trips to the left. 1 receiver right. Kruger under center, but he's got 4 wide receivers. He will run it himself. Looking left, he's down to the 3, maybe the 2. He's going to be short of the first down, and I'm telling you, it's almost impossible to get a first down here without a touchdown. That first down stick is inside the 1-yard line. Tristan Spear in on the stop for the Trojan D.
4th down, and looks like less than a yard as they're just outside the 1-yard line. A big play for Troy. If they can get a stop right here, you got to feel pretty good. They substitute Tristan Spear out of the game.
4th down and 2. This might be the ball game, and a timeout called by Chris Schmidt. The Olpe coaches want to talk this one over. Perhaps the biggest play of the game coming up. Only 5:48 left. They'll have a couple timeouts, but if they don't get it, Troy can go on a long drive and try to work the clock. This is a huge play coming up here for the Olpe offense.
Yeah, it's time for Troy to be very, very aggressive, because even if you maybe jump the snap count a little bit, it's a half the distance to the goal penalty. I'm not sure that's a first down. I don't think it would be based off where the football is at. So maybe try to anticipate the snap count, get a good jump, at the snap and see if you can get a tackle for loss or at least no gain.
At about the same point in their game, fourth quarter, Mike, El Salinas come back to take an advantage, 22-21 over Phillipsburg.
Wow, a team that beat them in district play.
22-21, El Saline leads Phillipsburg. The winner of that gets the winner of this at Fort Hays State for the 2A title game next week. Rossville has beat Silver Lake, but it was 21-14.
Wow.
Fairly close game in Class 3A. Rossville beat Silver Lake for the first time in the playoffs. They'll head to the championship. Finals in 4A D2. Columbus and Andale, both with convincing wins. They'll play for the state title in Salina. 4A D1, big victors there tonight. Topeka Hayden and Bishop Miege. Here in 2A, it's a fourth down and 2 play.
Spear back in the game at nose tackle.
4th and 1 from the 2. Quarterback going to sneak it, pushing the pile. Kruger still pushing, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown! Bo Kruger sneaks in a 2-yard run with 5:44 to go as Olpe's tied this game at 28 and will now attempt, it looks like, a kick to try to take the lead.
Well, they got the touchdown, Justin. Now this extra point kick becomes obviously very huge. Olpe's converted on an extra point tonight, but it was a very delayed kick, I guess is the best way to call it. It took a lot of time for them to get the ball down and the kick up. Troy can get some pressure here and maybe block this kick and keep this game tight.
Quick little 8-play drive for Olpe. They're going to line up to kick it. Redeker's going to kick it. Good snap and hold, and the kick up plenty of distance and squeezed inside the left upright to give Olpe the lead, 29-28. Olpe retakes the advantage. It was an 8-play, 60-yard drive. Bo Kruger on 4th down with a 2-yard touchdown run, and the kick by Joe Redeker makes it 29-28. We'll take a break. Back in half a minute. Troy to get the football when we return here on KNZA.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
Well, without the Centralia Wetmore Panthers in the 2A bracket, who have won 3 of the last 5 state titles, it's wide open, and we got a pair of 1-point games in sub-state. Olpe's just taken a 29-28 lead at home over Troy, and El Saline now with a 1-point lead, 22-21 over Phillipsburg. Here's the kick by Scheidegger. Ross will return it from inside the 5 to the 10. Near sideline at the 15, now 20 through. 25, 30, and tackled up at the 33. And the stop for Olpe made by Jake Smith, a junior. Still plenty of time here for Troy, Mike. They don't even need to abandon the run. They have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. They'll begin at their own 34, trailing by 1 point.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Justin. Plenty of time left in this football game. There may be 2 possessions left in this football game for the Troy Trojans if things don't work out on this drive. But, yeah, don't abandon the running game. Put together a drive just like your last scoring drive, and you're going to win this football game.
Troy's only had 2 possessions on offense here in the second half. Ross in motion, fake it up the middle, give it around to Derek Franken. Sideline to sideline, now finally turns it up and hit, tackled for a 1-yard loss. Joe Redeker says, I'm fine, you can't keep me off this field. And the playmaker for Olpe makes the tackle for a 1-yard loss. Troy with some trickery again there. The reverse play to Franken, and it took too long to develop as Derek couldn't get the shoulder pads turned upfield.
Yeah, too much east and west, not enough north and south running up the field. Opie did a good job pursuing and stringing that play out.
2nd down and 11, trips to the near side for Spear. Hasn't attempted near as many passes tonight. Playing a little bit injured, fakes a handoff, fakes a screen pass, looking deep for Ross. He's going to air this one out, thrown to the near sideline, but way out of bounds. Tristan took a hit there as he delivered the ball. Opie's got a player slow getting up, and Drew Benton as well. Ross covered pretty good on this near sideline by Bo Kruger.
Kind of a wheel route here on the near sideline. Ross running it, but The ball thrown way out of bounds, had no chance to catch the football. Tristan Spear had some time to throw the football, took a shot as the throw was delivered, but one-on-one coverage never gave his receiver a chance right there.
We've seen a lot of screen passes. You kind of wonder about some hitch-and-go routes or something that Troy hasn't used here as much in this second half. They haven't seen much of Troy's arsenal on offense, but now Spear in an empty backfield. 5 wide receivers on 3rd down and 11. Here's a screen pass caught by Jasper. Slips a receiver at the 35, spun around at the 37, and then they push him backwards. That gain only went for about 4. It was the screen pass to Colin Jasper. And Olpe's defended the screens and the hitches well. But they've also defended downfield pretty well. And does Troy have to go for it here, Mike, on 4th down and 7 at their own 38?
They've got all 3 timeouts left. You'd be tempted to maybe punt the football as it's a 4th down and long.
Only a one-point game.
Only a 1-point game. Do you trust your defense to get a stop? Either way, looks like they're going to go for it right here.
4th and 15, clock running. 4th down and 7. Spear in the gun again, 4 wide receivers. Schmeely stays in to block. Spears sets, throws it, double coverage, incomplete. Intended for Cutter Huss. Pass might have been tipped by Brady Scheidegger, but it was a little bit too high for Cutter, who's only 5'9". And good double coverage by Olpe, who will take over on downs here at the Troy 38-yard line.
Now this game is a long ways from over. Troy's just got to get a stop. They've got 3 timeouts left, still over 4 minutes left. Just got to get a stop. Can't let your heads hang just because you didn't convert right there. Still plenty of time. All the same kids that were just on the field playing offense are out there on defense. Got some hands on hips. They got to get up right here.
4:03 left to go. Luke Smith will join the defensive line. Cutter Huss goes out. So Troy showing a 5-2 front here with Wettstein and Schmeely, the linebackers. Looking to rush at the ends are Garter and Brody Winder. And the quarterback will keep it. Kruger stepping his way at the 35, down to the 30. Still on his feet. The pile pushed to about the 28. And it's close to a 1st down and a gain of about 10 for the senior quarterback, Bo Kruger. No relation to the Krugers that played at Silver Lake. Nathan Garter made the tackle. They're going to keep the clock moving. It's short of a 1st down, but a gain of almost 10.
Yeah, give him 9 yards, and his helmet's come off. A lineman there, but they're not taking him out of the game. That's strange.
Clock keeps rolling. Meanwhile, under 3:30 to go. Now Derek Jasper has to start thinking about using those final 3 timeouts. Troy's won 9 games in a row. Olpe's won 10 straight since their season opening loss to La Crosse. Knocked out of the playoffs by El Saline last week. Kruger again, and he's got a 1st down as he twists his way to the 25-yard line. He gained a couple on 2nd down and short. And I would be surprised if Olpe did anything but keep the football in the hands of Kruger, their senior leader.
It's going to be a lot of quarterback draws, quarterback sneaks, maybe some option where he keeps the football. You're exactly right. Right now it's the Olpe line of scrimmage dominating on the last drive and this one. Had a lot of push on 1st down for a 9-yard gain. They were able to get 2 yards there on the quarterback sneak.
High punt snap. Troy had to give up a team safety. Troy allowed a kickoff return for a touchdown. Troy's missed a pair of 2-point conversions in this game.
Opie's got to call timeout as the play clock was running down.
We'll take it. Troy will probably start using their timeouts after these next couple plays. Only 2:42 left to go. 2A sub-state action. It's Olpe 29, Troy 28. Eagles got the football 1st and 10 at the Trojan 25 when we come back here in half a minute on KNZA, online at mscsports.net.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Justin Fluke, Mike Tanking back with you alongside the RainbowNEK Channel 68 crew. You can watch the replay of this 2A sub-state battle. What a grind it's been between Olpe and Troy. Next week on RainbowNEK Channel 68, log on to rainbowtel.net for the details. 2:42 left, 1st down and 10 Olpe. Troy will use their final 3 timeouts here, but they got to stop the Eagles first. Bo Kruger into shotgun, but you know he's going to keep it. He's got 3 receivers right, probably will run that way. Troy showing a blitz up the middle, and Tristan Spear trying to anticipate the snap. Came up there as the nose guard and leaned forward across the football. It's an encroachment 5-yard penalty against Troy.
Yeah, just a killer penalty right there, Justin, is Troy's going to use their timeouts, obviously. But 5 free yards there by Olpe. That was a designed hard count out of the timeout. They bring a guy in motion on the hard count and draw Troy off sides.
El Saline has won 22-21. El Saline in the championship against the winner of this one. Phillipsburg fumbled at the 1-yard line going in for a touchdown. That's how that one ended. Bo Rediker, low snap, Kruger picks it up, looking and gets inside the 20, dives down to about the 16. So he gets back the yardage that was lost, although he did fumble. Now Troy will take their first of 3 timeouts with 2:36 to go.
He got 4 yards on that play, Justin, so it's going to be 2nd down and 1 after the timeout.
Tell you what, if they get a first down, this game's over.
Yeah, not looking good.
With only 2 timeouts remaining for Troy. So El Saline avenging one of their earlier losses this year to Phillipsburg. What a wild 2A playoff bracket it's become. And what a way to end that game as Phillipsburg on a 4th down play at the 1-yard line at the end of that game fumbles. And El Saline recovers to hold on for the 22-21 win. Stay tuned after our game. We'll pick a Citizen State Bank and Trust Company player to bank on. We'll also select a lineman of the game. That's brought to you by the Denison State Bank online at dsbks.com. Denison State Bank, Holton, Hoyt, Meriden, and Topeka.
Now, Opie's got to make sure they take care of the football here as Bo Kruger has been fighting for extra yards while being stood up. Troy's got to be able to try to knock that football away. Kruger hasn't turned the ball over yet tonight. Opie has not.
Yep, Troy's lost a turnover battle 2-0. Both turnovers coming in the first half. Plus in special teams, they've given up another 9 points in this contest. 2nd down and 1. Kruger under center. You know he's going to keep it. He does right side. Breaks a tackle at the 15, at the 10. Got a nice block, and he goes into the end zone. Touchdown. This could actually still work out.
That's not bad.
If they can find a way to not give up any kind of 2-point conversion here. The lead right now 7, and if they kick it, it would be 8. And Troy maybe, at least Mike, is going to get their offense back on the field. But a touchdown run for quarterback Bo Kruger, bouncing it out right side. And Dugan Herrick got a whale of a block to seal Jay Cross.
Yeah, he did. It was a great play call, a great execution. They did what they needed to do. But like you said, that's not all bad. Troy was on the verge of giving up a 2-yard gain, and Opie being able to run the clock out, but as it stands, they're going to line up and try to kick this extra point, it looks like. Watch out for the fake.
Joe Rediker will try to tack on one and make it an 8-point lead. Good snap, hold, the kick up, perfect. Splits the uprights, but Troy still has a chance to at least get the football. They also have 2 timeouts remaining, and there's still 2 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in this game. But Bo Kruger has made it a little bit tougher with the touchdown run.
Yeah, he definitely did, but I'm telling you what, you know, he may have been better served to go down at the 2-yard line, you know? I mean, really, because if he does the game,
knees.
And then you got 2 timeouts, Troy does anyway, but I don't know. I guess you take the points when you can get them if you're Opie, but for Troy, that's not a bad scenario. You're down 8 points, 2 timeouts, over 2 minutes left. Plenty of time for a team that likes to throw the football.
Remember, it was a short field, Mike. They only had to go 38 yards, and it only took them 5 plays. They get the touchdown run by Bo Kruger.
How about this? Bo Kruger now 20 carries, 138 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown, and a kickoff return touchdown for the Opie Eagles. He's got all 5 touchdowns, or has accounted for all 5 touchdowns that they've scored tonight.
Mr. Everything stepping up here in Sub-State. A good return would help. Brady Scheidegger has it teed up. Jake Ross back deep along with Cutter Huss. Brady Scheidegger. We'll see how the Olpe kick coverage is here. Still 2:29 left to go in the game. This one booted deep end over end. Ross will take it from the 5. Set up a wedge here on the near sideline. 15 now at the 20. Gets hit and goes down. Boy, Troy missed a couple blocks there. And they got a long ways to go. They need 80 yards for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. and that would just force a possible overtime. They got to move quickly here with 2:22 to go, but certainly a big cannon by Tristan Spear who can move this team downfield in a hurry.
Well, that's the good news for Troy. They've got a quarterback that can do it. They've got weapons at the wideout position. They got a line that can give him time. Problem is, Olpe knows that Troy's going to pass the football. Troy's successful passing the football many times because they stay so balanced. Right now, the running game is probably out of the question. It's going to be an air attack in the last 2 minutes.
Two timeouts and any first down to stop the clock as well. Spear in the gun. Shotgun. They set up a screen pass. Blitz coming. It's completed to Franken at the 25. 30. Slips a tackle. 35. First down. The clock will stop as Franken gets up to the 39. Boy, a nice screen pass there, but Spear almost waited too long as pressure was coming right up on him. It is an 18-yard completion there to Franken, and Troy's got to get back on the field, ready to run the football. He started the clock, chain gains moved, 2:10, 2:09, 2:08 to play.
Officials doing a good job of getting it spotted quickly. They got to move quickly, the Trojans do.
From the 38, Spear still in the gun, takes the snap, has time, 3 receivers looking that way. Now throws it deep over the middle. This ball up intended for Jasper, nearly intercepted, and Troy's season is still alive for a moment. Excuse me, it was Ross, not Jasper, that was the intended target, and Bo Kruger nearly had a game-winning interception.
Ross ripped it away from his hands. It would have ended the game. They lived to play another down. Olpe just trying to make sure nobody gets behind him. And actually, Ross had slipped just a little bit behind the defense, but just a little bit out of the reach of Tristan Spear's arm.
Derek Jasper calling the plays, the quarterback that held the school record until this year with 32 passing touchdowns in a season. Tristan Spear's got 36, one tonight. He needs another one here. Spear in the gun, 5 wide, throws it on a screen. It's dropped by Cutter Huss.
That's not all bad either because he was going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. The clock stops.
Have we seen the hitch and go or the curl and go, or Olpe's coming up on those screen passes, Mike, and just blowing up the plays? As you mentioned, probably good it was dropped. It's 3rd and 10, Troy here at their own 38, down 8. With just a minute 50 to go.
And once again, the officiating crew does get the ball spotted quickly. They've started the play clock, but Troy has plenty of time to huddle up, regroup, get the play called.
Receivers get a little winded as well, running sprints up and down the field.
Test your conditioning, no doubt.
I'd like to see some 15, 20-yard routes, though. Spear will send Derek Franken to the left. It's 3rd down, high snap. Tristan's got it. Here comes pressure. Steps up, in trouble, sacked. Back at the 31. The ball came out, but Spear got it. And now they use a timeout. They got to. Only one left. But it's a 4th down play that's going to be the game. They got to get to the 49 to get a first down, and that sack takes them back clear to their own 31-yard line as Spear couldn't get rid of it in time. First sack for the OPD all night.
Yeah, and that offensive line for Troy has done such a marvelous job of giving Tristan Spear time to throw the football. Justin, that time, though, Olpe only brings 4 guys. They drop 7 into coverage, and they still get to the quarterback Spear before he's able to step up in the pocket and deliver a throw. A big 4th down play. The Troy season coming up.
Big swings in this game. Olpe had a great start, an interception on defense, then a quick score made it 7-0. Troy stormed back, took control through most of the second half and went up 20-7. Then Olpe got a special team score on a kick return, a team safety, and a 12-yard touchdown pass with 14 seconds to go. That was a huge one. It gave Olpe the momentum and a 22-20 lead at the break. We've been back and forth since. Troy scored in the 3rd quarter, went up 28-22. Olpe responded on a 4th down, a 2-yard TD run by Bo Kruger as they led 29-28. And now Bo Kruger's tacked on a touchdown as Olpe leads it by 8. And as the Eagle defense asked to make a play here, 4th down and 17 for Troy with their season on the line.
Now, whatever you do here, if you're Spear, if you're in trouble, you at least throw the ball up. Give your receivers a chance. Don't take a sack.
Just 14 out of 23 tonight, 150 yards. Here comes Olpe on an all-out blitz. Spear in trouble. He's going to air it near sideline, over the head, tipped and intercepted. And no, they say incomplete, but it doesn't matter. A couple kneel downs, and Olpe's going to head to state to face El Saline in the championship at Fort Hays State. The ball just overthrown, Mike, intended for Cutter Huss, who was open and probably would have been very close to a first down here near the 50-yard line.
Yep, it was the perfect route, but Spear just not quite enough time and delivered the ball just a little bit high, overthrew it just a touch. Huss got a hand on it as he jumped up for it, but not a tall receiver. Tipped, Olpe almost picks it off. As you said, it doesn't matter. They're going to get the ball on downs, couple kneel downs, and they're headed to Hayes.
Yep, they won't even really need to run a play, as Troy could only stop the clock one time if they wanted on a timeout. Troy turning it over on downs at their own 31-yard line. A quarterback sack really kind of took the momentum out there. Kruger is going to run it. Breaks a tackle, 25, and down to the 22-yard line. He gains about 8 there on first down. And we'll see if Coach Jasper does, take now and use his final timeout of the game with 1:27 left to go. Let's take the quick 30-second timeout. Holton Country Mart postgame show also straight ahead here on FM 103.9 KNZA.
Hey, where you going? Can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am a king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Justin Fluke, Mike Tanking back with you here in Olpe. A huge crowd tonight on hand. El Saline has won there to a semifinal. Awaiting the winner of this one, which looks like will be the Olpe Eagles. With just 1:27 to go, Olpe leads Troy 36-28. But Troy is now out of timeouts. Bo Kruger under center, wants to run it left side, first down as he's inside the 20, down to the 18, and certainly a couple kneel downs now will give the Eagles their 11th consecutive win. They lost to La Crosse in week 1, but they will return to the state championship game for the first time since 2008 when they lost to Smith Center. Tough losses to Colgan and Centralia the past few years, and Olpe finally going to break through with a kneel down here and an 8-point win in the books.
Coach Chris Schmidt on the far side, a fired-up individual, and he should be. Congratulations to them.
Kneel down with 1 minute to go, and Kruger will need to do that again. And Troy will end one of their best ever high school football seasons with a record of 10-2. The Trojans lost in week 2 to Centralia, won their next 9. Got to sub-state for the first time in school history. No takeaways tonight. And they give up the kick return and also a safety on special teams play. Fail on a couple 2-point conversions. And there's another kneel down, which may be the last, as Olpe will win it 36-28. Final 15 seconds going off the clock. Congratulations to Coach Chris Schmidt. 8 seasons and the horns are honking from both end zones. With the fog settled in here on top of the Olpe field. Chris Schmidt 72-20 in his 8 seasons, and the Olpe fans chant, "We're going to state." Yes, they are. It's final 36-28. Olpe defeats the Troy Trojans here in 2A Sub-State. And we'll be back with the Holton Country Mart postgame show right after this.